Ochibo. Hakika wakitayudogena. Jabilaya wakitunya. Obela na masika manyokile. Eti yudogena na. Metumisa lewa bisengelage. Yasayo watu namuna. Mapenzi ni ya watu wawili. Mama ukadole pari. Ni ya wahenzi aliyokidonye. Aye wishpotino maki. Maeto magano pingu watu eyo. Yavelungula echiro. Darling, my baby, nakupenda mami. Baby na. Darling, my baby, nakupenda mami. Baby na. Darling, my baby, nakupenda mami. Baby na. Give love, white, no, I'm on. Shape life, no, I'm on. Nice, dark, shot, no, I'm on. Give love, white, no, I'm on. Shape life, no, I'm on. Nice, dark, I'm on. You're really lucky, it's very unique. Not your duty, my African spirit. No one like you, I'm looking for you. Nakupenda mami. Baby, 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 cherry, 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 baby, 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 cherry, cherry. Nakupenda sana. Jamani kama cham, kama chunya. Nani nakulikanga kwetu. Ya mama, rudi ni nana. Yetunonga kwetu. Alunga yuchi, bimono leni. Obel maseleni. Yatini aero kichunya. Obel maseleni. Yatini aero ngayaye. Oka oka pacha. Yatini aero kichunya. Oka oka pacha. Yatini aero ngayaye. Oniga ni manya. Yatini aero kichunya. Oniga ni manya. Yatini aero ngayaye. Darling, my baby, nakupenda mami. Baby na. Darling, my baby, nakupenda mami. Baby na. Darling, my baby, nakupenda mami. Baby na. Yedi yako, salimia, sukura, kolora, wakibido, pamoja telo. Rudi sapolo. Darling, nakupenda mami. Baby na. Darling, my baby, nakupenda mami. Baby na. Darling, my baby, nakupenda mami. Baby na.
Your setup wants Opera GX.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app with Base 44.
Guys, Man Utd just built an app. Impossible. I can't. Interesting. Can it generate reports?
I can now.
Nice.
So you're saying we can all build apps now?
Yeah.
Come on, lunch. I gotta make 4 money now. Just built an inventory tracker. Protein calculator. Figure it out. Profesor de español. An interoffice data app.
For dogs. For office dogs.
Ochibo. Lakini si yangu. Umeoleka, lakini si kwangu. Na uliniahidi It's the NBA on Prime.
This week is back-to-back nights of action. Tonight, the Wolves charge North.
What? Let's do it.
This is Olivia. Though she has yet to greet the outside world, she has already completed an amazing Ochibo. Kola production. Nasikia umekojua mimba, lakini si yangu. Umeoleka, lakini si kwangu. Na uliniahidi utoniacha ya wahera masani. Nene yako, iwe yake na baby. Odio, jabero yake na baby. Odio, iwe yake na baby. Odio, jabero yake na baby. Odio, you promised me.
You won't leave me and you told me you love me. Nashindwa sasa uko wapi? Sikuoni.
Umeniacha kuelekea nyumbani, moyo wangu agacha, baby paronge ngoma, acha ndora, imate ngoma, acha ndora, toa siko kapari, piwa mako yao, iwe akenda baby, odio, jabero we akenda baby, odio, iwe akenda baby, odio, jabero we akenda baby, odio, sasa ona umepata kijana wakako.
Amekushana mimi na ana uwezo.
Najua hainihusu lakini nanihusu. Umeniaibisha lakini ni sawa. Nimekubali kunayo kuachana, ila nakuombea mema ulize. Kwa kujalia umzae mtoto wako, iwe akenda baby.
Hi. Why is it today producing low? leo haitaki kutoa kana nayo. From the lesson, can do something about it. Education siku hizi ni scam. Udani alifuzu. Sawa hivi kweli. Really right.
I wanted the word cuppa as in cup of tea, but I thought it would be great to mix with hug.
Oh
When
my
I saw that the mix
god.
was available, I was like, I'm taking it, I'm trademarking
Ay,
it, I'm
drown,
going to
drown,
Hi,
put
I'm
it down,
Aaron, I'm
put
the
it
owner of
down.
Hug. We are not a
I
traditional
don't know what
cafe.
to do.
When I saw Cup of Pug go live, that's when it all clicked. Huh? Is that nice?
It's the NBL Drive. Tonight, the Mavericks head to the Alamo to take on the Spurs. Mavericks Spurs. Tonight, coverage begins at 5 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're rediving deep into one of the most dramatic cup ties we've seen in years. The EFL Cup semi-final. Second leg between Arsenal and Chelsea at the Emirates. The stakes couldn't have been higher. The first leg of Stamford Bridge ended in a
Chelsea ilipigwa, obvious.
leaving everything to play for.
Chelsea
carried the
ilitandikwa.
momentum with a solid run of form, while Arsenal,
Sasa ni
despite their
Manchester
strongly
Tottenham.
position, were dealt a massive blow. Bukayo Saka, their talisman, was ruled out with an ankle injury picked up in training. The big question on everyone's mind was, could the Gunners cope without their star boy? The year was electric. A proper London derby under the lights, with a trip to Wembley on the line. As the whistle blew, the tactical battle began. Mikel Arteta, missing Soka,
In the wild.
opted for a slight variation.
Wow.
Brought in Leandro Trossard on the right, but instead of a direct replacement, he instructed Ben White to push higher, almost acting as a supplementary winger. This was a clear attempt to maintain width and overload Chelsea's left flank. In midfield, Declan Rice sat deep, tasked with breaking up play and shielding the back four, allowing Martin Dedegaard the freedom to roam and create. Up front, Gabriel Jesus was relentless. His constant movement designed to pull Chelsea's centre-backs out of position. On the other side, Mauricio Pochettino set Chelsea up in a compact 4-2-3-1. Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez were the double pivot. Their job tempo and deny space to Raheem Sterling and Mikhailo Mudryk were deployed on the wings. Their pace, a constant threat on the count, waiting to
Manchester over
exploit
Arsenal.
any space left behind Arsenal's advancing. Nicholas Jackson led the line, acting as the focal point for their attacks. The early exchanges were cagey. Arsenal dominated possession, patiently probing, while Chelsea looked solid, organized, and dangerous on the break. The first half was a chess match. Arsenal, as expected, controlled the ball, circulating it from side to side, trying to find a chink in that blue armor. Without Saka's explosive dribbling, however, their attacks felt a bit predictable. Trossard is a clever player, but he doesn't offer that same direct threat. Most of Arsenal's danger came through Dedegaard, who was trying to thread needles in a tightly packed final third. Around the 25-minute mark, he nearly succeeded. Slipping a beautiful ball through. To Jesus.
Tax expertise without hidden fees. Switch to a TurboTax expert for $150. All tax situations. Terms $150 all in. No surprises. Now this is taxes. Welcome to the edge of racing, where rookies turn fearless and veterans remember why they started. It's raw, aggressive, unpredictable. On Saturday, it's not about the fame. It's about the fight. Here, losing hits harder. And when they win, it's because they risked everything to get there. The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Pure, raw racing. Only on the CW.
What a game. What a comeback. What a moment for Arsenal. You are not going to want to miss a single second of this one. Before we dive into the madness, I see you there, watching and just about to click away. Come on, don't leave me hanging. It only takes a second to hit that button and the little bell icon. It means the world to the channel and ensures you'll never miss out on incredible football moments like this one. So go on, do it now. I'll wait. All right. Thank you so much. Let's get into the action. The Emirates was absolutely rocking, but just seconds into the game, silence. Bournemouth, right from the kickoff, surges forward, a long ball, a bit of chaos, and Philip Billing is there to slot it home. 9 seconds on the clock. It was the second fastest goal in Premier League history, and a complete shock to the system for the Gunners. You could feel the tension in the stadium. Arsenal tried to respond, pushing forward, creating chances. With Odegaard pulling the strings, Benetto in the Bournemouth goal was having one of those days, making save after save. The first half was all about frustration for the home side as they went into the break. A goal down, with a mountain to climb. The second half starts, and Arsenal are desperate for an equalizer. They're throwing everything at the Bournemouth defense. But then, disaster strikes. Again, corner for Bournemouth in the 57th minute. And Marco Sinisi reaches highest, completely unmarked. Two-headed in. 2-0 to the visitors. The Emirates is stunned. You can hear a pin drop. It felt like the title charge was starting to crumble right there. Is this it? Is the pressure finally getting to them? Arteta looks up, trying to rally his troops, making substitutions, looking for a spark from anywhere. And the spark is exactly what he got. Just 5 minutes later, in the 62nd minute, Emile Smith-Rowe, fresh on the pitch, knocks a header back across goal. And who's there to meet it? Thomas Partey. He bundled it in from close range. 2-1. Suddenly, there's a flicker of hope. The crowd roars back to life. The belief is back. Now, it's all Arsenal. Wave after wave of attack. The pressure is relaxed. Then, another substitute. Makes a huge impact. Ben White, of all people, finds himself on the end of a cross from Rice. Nelson and volleys it home. It's his first ever goal for Arsenal. And what a time to get it. The keeper claws it out. But goal line technology confirms it crossed the line. It's 2-2. In the 70th minute, the Emirates is absolutely electric. From here on out, it's a siege. Arsenal are camped in Bournemouth's half. Chance after chance goes begging. The clock is ticking down. We head into stoppage time. 6 minutes are added on. Is there enough time for a winner? It feels like it's slipping away. The final seconds are ticking down. We are in the 97th minute. The final kick of the game. A corner is cleared, but only as far as Rice Nelson on the edge of the box. He takes a himself and unleashes an absolute rocket with his weaker left foot. The ball flies through a sea of players and smashes into the back of the net. Pandemonium! The stadium erupts. Players, staff, fans, everyone goes absolutely wild. With a goal that'll be talked about for years. An unbelievable, unforgettable comeback. From 2-0 down to win 3-2 at the death. That is the stuff of champions. What a match. Moments like these are why we love this game. If you enjoyed that roller coaster of emotions as much as I did, please smash that like button and drop a comment below with your reaction to that insane Nelson winner. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you're always here for the next big moment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. What a game! What a moment! You are not quite on this. I see no second on this one. Before we dive into the madness, I see you there, watching, and just about to click away. Come on, don't leave me hanging. It only takes a second to hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon. It means the world to the channel and ensures you'll never miss out on incredible football moments like this one. Good now. I'll wait.
550.
All right.
550.
Thank you so much. Let's get into the action. The Emirates was absolutely rocking, but just seconds into the game, silence. Bournemouth, right from the kickoff, surges forward. A long ball. A bit of chaos. And Philip Billing is there to slot it home. 9 seconds on the clock. It was the second fastest goal in Premier League history and a complete shock to the system for the Gunners. You could feel the tension in the stadium. Arsenal tried to respond, pushing forward, creating chances. With Odegaard pulling the strings, but Endo with the Bournemouth goal was having one of those days, making save after save. The first half was all about frustration for the home side as they went into the break. The goal down, with a mountain to climb. The second half starts, and Arsenal are desperate for an equalizer. They're throwing everything at the Bournemouth defense. But then, disaster strikes. Again, a corner for Bournemouth in the 57th minute. And Marco Sinisi reaches his highest, completely unmarked. Two-headed in. 2-0 to the visitors. The Emirates is stunned. You could hear a pin. It felt like the title charge was starting to crumble right there. Is this it? Is the pressure finally getting to them? Arteta looks up, trying to rally his troops, making substitutions, looking for a spark from anywhere. And the spark is exactly what he got. Just 5 minutes later, in the 62nd minute, Emile Smith-Rowe, fresh on the pitch, knocks a header back across goal. And who's there to meet it? Thomas Partey. He bundles it in from close range. 2-1. Suddenly, there's a flicker of hope. The crowd roars back to life. The belief is back. Now, it's all Arsenal. Wave after wave of attack. The pressure is relentless. Then, another substitute makes a huge impact. Ben White, of all people, finds himself on the end of a cross from Rice. Nelson and volleys it home. It's his first ever goal for Arsenal. And what a time to get it. The keeper claws it out. But goal line technology confirms it crossed the line. It's 2-2. In the 70th minute, the Emirates is absolutely electric. From here on out, it's a siege. Arsenal are kept in Bournemouth's half. Chance after chance goes back. The clock is ticking down. now. We head into stoppage time. 6 minutes are added on. Is there enough time for a winner? It feels like it's slipping away. The final seconds are ticking down. We are in the 97th minute. The final kick of the game. A corner is cleared, but only as far as Rice Nelson on the edge of the box. He takes a touch, sets himself, and unleashes an absolute rocket with his weaker left foot. The ball flies through a sea of players and smashes into the back of the net. Pandemonium! The stadium erupts. Players, staff, fans, everyone goes absolutely wild. Rice Nelson, the hero, with a goal that'll be talked about for years. An unbelievable, unforgettable comeback. From 2-0 down to win 3-2 at the net. That is the stuff of champions. What a match. Moments like these are why we love this game. If you enjoyed that roller coaster of emotions as much as I did, please smash that like button and drop a comment below with your reaction to that insane Nelson winner. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you're always here for the next big moment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome everyone to your ultimate match preview. We've got a massive Premier League on our hands as Manchester United prepare to host Fulham at the Old Trafford. The stage is set for what promises to be an enthralling encounter this Saturday at 3 p.m. Tonight, momentum, looking to solidify their European aspirations, while Fulham are desperate to bounce back and prove they can mix it with the big boys, even away from home. The atmosphere at Old Trafford is always electric, and with both teams having so much to play for, this is a fixture you simply can't miss. So, let's break it all down. Let's dive into the form. Manchester United, things are finally looking up. After a turbulent first half of the season, they really such as their loss to Aston Villa. Their away form has been a concern. They haven't managed to replicate their Craven Cottage dominance on the road, which makes this trip to a roaring Old Trafford an especially daunting challenge. They need to find a way to be more solid and threatening away from home if they want to climb the table. Now, let's look at the history. The head-to-head record tells the story of near-total for Manchester United. You have to go way back to find the last time Fulham secured a victory at Old Trafford. In recent years, United have consistently had the upper hand, both at home and away. Earlier this season, Craven Cottage. With a Bruno Fernandes United, a 1-0 win, while Fulham will be desperate to rewrite that history. United will draw immense confidence from knowing they have had Fulham's number for so long. But as we all know, in the Premier League, past results count for nothing. First whistle blows. Moving on to team news, and this this is where it gets really interesting for Manchester United. The injury list is a real concern. Lisandro Martinez's absence is a huge blow to the defense. And now, Shaw has unfortunately joined him on the sidelines with a muscle injury. This forces Eric Ten Hag the attack is firing on all cylinders. The key player, without a doubt, is Rasmus. Danish striker is in sensational form, scoring in his last 6 Premier League games. He's brimming with confidence, and his partnership with the electrifying Alejandro Garnacho in form. Marcus Rashford makes United has front three, one of the most dangerous in the league right now. The biggest talking point is the absence of their midfield engine. Palina, this game due to suspension after picking up the yellow card of the season.
Tama live. No, me itu saja tu ikwela. Kita nero kaita.
Is the heartbeat of their team,
Leading
leading the league in tackles, and his defensive work will be sorely missed against United's dynamic attack. Marco Silva will likely turn to Harrison Reed or Cecil Ochibo. With the shoes to fill up front, they will rely on the creativity of Andreas Pereira, who will be keen to impress on his return to his former club. And the goal-scoring prowess of Rodrigo Muniz, who has stepped up brilliantly in recent weeks. Let's get into a statistical deep dive. Manchester United's recent attacking stats are impressive. They've become much more clinical in front of goal, with Heidland's form being a primary driver defensively. However, there are still questions. Despite their winning streak, they continue to concede a high number of shots. Andre Onana has been forced into making a lot of saves, which isn't a sustainable model for success.
Bana ni seka neno ka.
Gamano. Kwani pano be to de gore.
Smart founders know something most people
When nan gide yo to ko trend ka. Sane ko trend ko
with Wix you grab yours now and it
Mana mi ni kinane.
back in 2019 I had this
Krasa dinga yo babu boja account mo babu boja update mo mama. Ha? Babu boja account mo mo mama bwana.
built the exact same business I've been and now they're making all the money that I could have been making. And that's why I'm sharing this. Locking down your domain is crucial. And on Wix, it's super fast. They handle all the tricky tech stuff for you, making it seamless.
Lakini
And
defense
honestly,
nani
the domain
alikuwa.
you give your idea
Digo
instantly.
era.
The domain isn't just the
Digo eko kukudu.
Gimana sih? Kakak je defend. Rang boxing kakak maka they go to the US. Nyalo pudo dikin mangi kirau tawan.
Search your idea. If the domain is available, grab it.
Yor
Inena rango
Wago ore kitad.
rango jo South Africa boxing mar gini ganju sana.
Yo kanibela sana. Look the root of Kapi Moab Singapore.
Not even saying you won't. But you have to believe what you're doing. That's the
Where
only
the ad
way
is
moving forward.
the account mo poko beto
Their
monetize.
stats paint a picture of a team that's solid at home, but
Kendo iketo ad sario.
they've conceded far more goals away from
No
great
digo no.
advantage. Without the
No.
defensive security of Balhinia, shield their back four, they could be exposed by United's pace and movement. Their attacking threat often comes from wide areas through players like Willian and Harry Wilson. So their ability to deliver quality crosses for Muniz will be crucial. If they are to trouble the United defense, this game could very well be decided by which team's weakness is exploited more effectively. From a tactical perspective, United is likely to distrust in 4-2-3. One formation will be how his midfield duo, Atli Casemiro and the young Cesar Cadimeno can control the center of the park. Manu's composure and technical skill have been a revelation, and his battle in the middle will be vital. United will look to play on the using the pace of Garnacho and Rashford to get in behind the Fulham defense.
Just
So,
for the develop.
it's time for the prediction. Taking everything into account, it's hard to look past a Manchester United victory here. Their current form is simply outstanding, and the confidence at Old Trafford is cut. While the defensive injuries are a worry, their attacking firepower should be more than enough to see them through. Rasmus Højlund is playing like a man possessed, and Fulham's defense, especially without the protection of Paulinho, will have a monumental task to keep him quiet. I expect Fulham to put up a brave fight, and they might even nick a goal. But United's momentum is just too strong right now. I'm predicting a 3-2-1 win for Manchester United, with Højlund continuing his incredible
Hello.
scoring streak. That wraps up
Wewe mzee.
our preview. It's set to be a fascinating contest full of
Kwani wewe umekuja aje leo mapema?
What are your predictions? Let me know.
Oh, kesho unaenda job?
Thanks for watching. And if you
Asubuhi.
enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more premiere.
Sawa, kesho tuende. Kesho nitakupitia tuende. Unatoka saa ngapi?
What a roller coaster of a
Haina
match we
shida.
just witnessed.
6:40. Tutoke
Manchester
6:40.
United has pulled off a stunning 3-2 victory over the
Unatoka 6.
Arsenal in a game that had absolutely everything for all you
6:10.
guys and Red Devils fans.
Hey.
So let's break it all down.
Wewe tutoke 6:30 ni kudrop DM.
Big game tension, and it was Arsenal who drew first blood. In the 29th minute, a moment of chaos.
Una report bwana, una report
Sending
sahi.
the Emirates into a frenzy. It looked like the Gunners were going to take control. United had other ideas.
Haya, sawa. Kwa nadhani kesho unaenda matime yako 6:30. Leo nilifika 6:30 nikapata unaenda
The
bwana.
home crowd and leaving everything to play for in the second half. The teams went into the break locked
Aye, nilipata kandi inatoka job. Leo nilipata job mapema, mashini ilisimama saa 10 sijui saa 9 usiku. Nikasema ningekuwa na gari ningerudi hiyo
at
saa.
the top of the Premier League table with a comfortable
Si nimekuwa tu kwa nyumba. Sijaenda
team
mahali.
to beat this season.
Sasa hivi umejua leo ni Thursday, nilienda ile mass adoration.
Place with 35 points, desperately trying to claw their way into those coveted top four
Na
spots.
wewe alienda
This result
kutembea
was a huge
kupiga
boost
lap.
for United's Champions League aspirations, while Arsenal,
Hataki kuongea.
despite the loss, remain at the summit for now.
Umemwongelesha
Pressure is
kakata.
definitely mounting historically. The rivalry between
Yes, alingine akuangine maneno mingi. Inadepend. Akiwa amefurahi nakumbuka siku yenye amefurahi anakuanga na mzee. Siku yenye amesikia mzee.
to Arsenal's 91.
Akipiga mzee anakuanga na furaha.
However, recent history told a different story.
Oh, unasema Furinyo?
Arsenal had been dominant in their
Furinyo tulikosana na yeye hawezi
winning
ongea.
5 of the last 6
Yeye
meetings.
tulikosana
This
vibaya
context
sana.
made United's victory even more significant. They didn't just win a game.
Huyo tumekosana hata nilimwambia
Massive
sikanyagi kwangu.
statement against their rivals on their home turf. Both managers had some
Alileta
selection.
ya akae huko kwao.
Arsenal were without talent.
Kesho niko mchana.
Who's
Si
nursing an ankle injury.
Kesho niko mchana mambo baya.
Was also unavailable. On the plus side,
Vibaya sana.
for them,
Na
hero Newcastle.
Saturday unaniona tu siku. Ndio ninaonekana job.
The list of absentees was also a concern.
Yenye pia kamoja nilipa nitaanza kuwasumbua.
And striker Josh Hesse were ruled out. And there was a question mark
Watu
over who
tutapangana jioni.
Given these challenges, the depth and resilience of
Aye.
both squads were truly put to the test. The second half began.
Haya sawa.
The intensity went up another notch. Manchester United came out looking determined,
Agaro
and
ganua
they were
kinini
rewarded for their
tarafini.
efforts. They found the back of the net. Not once, but twice more. To take a commanding lead. The highlight of the match, and perhaps a goal of the season contender, came from Patrick. The young talent unleashed an absolutely sensational strike that left the keeper with no chance. It was a moment of pure individual brilliance that underscored United's attacking threat, while Arsenal fought back and managed to grab a second goal to set up a nail-biting finish. United's defense held firm to secure all 3 points. A massive, massive win on the road for the Red Devils. So, what does this all mean? Manchester United, it's a huge injection of confidence and 3 vital points in their push for the top 4. For Arsenal, it's a reality check. They're still in a great position. But this loss shows they're not invincible. The title race has got a whole lot more interesting. What do you think of the game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who was the man of the match? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Premier League analysis. See you in the next one.
Kijadwa mwezi tich kapoda ngeni adana nita mangeni jama. Ini by 6:30 tawa. By 7 sharp tawa. Nedwa na awengi ndara mukabya mungu. Nskaida jama.
Welcome back to the channel. You know, it's a little sad to see so many of you watch the videos but forget to subscribe. Come on, take a second and hit that subscription button right now. It really helps the channel grow. And I appreciate every single one of you. All right. Let's get into today's big game. We've got Pleasant Friendly Clash coming up. Newcastle United versus Crystal Palace. The match is set for today, January 4th, kicking off at 6 p.m. East Africa time, which is 3 p.m. UTC. So, set your reminders and get ready for some serious action. Now, looking at the recent history between these two clubs, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, especially for Palace fans. The last time these teams met at St. James Park was back on April 16th, and it was a day to forget for the Eagles. Newcastle absolutely demolished them with a stunning 5-0 victory. That was a statement win for the Magpies and a real low point for Palace. Before that, back in November 2024, the match at Selhurst Park was a much tighter affair, ending in a 1-1 draw. Both teams had to settle for a point, showing that on their day, they can be very evenly matched. But if we rewind a bit further to April 2024, it was Crystal Palace who came out on top at home with a solid 2-0 win. This just goes to show how unpredictable these fixtures can be. And let's not
So
forget
video
the
mana
match
allow to
in
koro
October
video nya
2023,
video ma koro
again
ni so
dominated
content
at
na
home
phone.
with a 4-0 thrashing.
Tingnan
It
na to
seems
sa
like
ila
St.
time
James
tap
Park
ko
is a
kinyo.
real fortress for Newcastle when Palace comes to visit.
Kidon
The
na
home
music
advantage is clearly a huge factor in this fixture. So, where do these two teams stand right now in the Premier League table? As of today, January 4th, 2026, Crystal Palace is sitting in 11th place. They've played 19 games and have gathered 27 points. They're having a decent season, hovering around mid-table, and they'll be looking to push further up into the top half. On the other hand, Newcastle United is currently in 14th position. They've also played 19 games, but are just 1 point behind Palace with 26 points. For a club with their ambitions, being in the lower half of the table is not where they want to be. They will be desperate for a win today to climb up their rankings and get their season back on track. This sets up a fascinating encounter. Crystal Palace will be out for revenge after that 5-0 humiliation last year.
Ndio Mr. Bwana
They want
mama.
to prove they can compete,
Kako chula cha onge
especially
draft
away
kwa
from
chato
home.
next week.
For
This
Newcastle,
knock
this is a
out
must-win
baada
game.
ya kocha.
They need to leverage that home crowd.
Ndio
Repeat
sasa
their
kama
past
ni
successes against Palace and St. James Park
Nitaluga
and start building some momentum.
Kada
With just 1 point separating them in the table, the stakes are incredibly high. A win for Palace could see them solidify their mid-table position, while a win for Newcastle could see them leapfrog Palace and several other teams. It's not just about the 3 points. It's about bragging rights, confidence, and league position. So, What are your predictions for the match? Will Newcastle's home advantage prove decisive once again? Or will Crystal Palace finally break the curse at St. James Park and get their revenge? Let me know your thoughts and score predictions in the comments below. I'm reading through them all. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future content. Enjoy the game, and I'll see you in the next video.
What a Christmas present for Manchester United fans. A hard-fought 1-0 win against Newcastle at Old Trafford. But this wasn't your typical United victory. Head coach Ruben Amorim, a man known for his football idealism, decided to throw his usual playbook out the window. And you know what? It worked. For the first time since he took charge 13 months ago, Amorim switched to a back four. He once joked that not even the Pope could make him change his formation, but desperate times called for different measures. And get this, United won with only 33.4% possession, their lowest in any game this season. Newcastle had 16 shots to United S9 and a whopping 43 touches to United S box compared to their 15. The stats tell one story, but the scoreboard tells the one that matters. So how did they pull it off? It was a combination of things. First, a moment of pure magic from Patrick Dorgu. His sublime first-half volley from the edge of the area was his first goal for the club, and what a way to get it. Then there was the defence, securing only their second clean sheet of the season. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't dominant, but as Amorim said, it was one of the most satisfying wins of his tenure. He praised the team spirit, saying, "We stuck together. If we always have this spirit, we are going to win so many games." It seems that, for once, substance well and truly trumped style. While Newcastle boss Eddie Howe is left scratching his head over another poor away performance, the feeling at Old Trafford is one of significance. A huge part of this victory was the new-look centre-back pairing of Lissandro Martinez and Aiden Heaven. You couldn't have two players at more different stages of their careers. Martinez, the World Cup winner, returning from a long injury, and Heaven, the 19-year-old, making just his 15th senior appearance. Together, they were immense. Amorim was full of praise for Martinez, highlighting his character and quality on the ball. He said, "He is a small guy, but today he did well against a team with tall players." We also saw the 5'9" Martinez leaping to win headers against Newcastle's 6'6" Nick Watermaid. It was a warrior's performance from the Argentine. When he was subbed off late in the game, there was a moment of concern, but 20-year-old Tyler Fredrickson came on and slotted in seamlessly alongside the ever-improving Heaven. And let's talk about Aiden Heaven. What a turnaround for this young man. Just a few weeks ago, he looked shaky against West Ham. Now, after a string of 5 games, he's transformed. His performance against Newcastle was so mature and composed that he earned the Man of the Match award. He's been so good, in fact, that Amorim has issued a warning to the injured Harry Maguire, and the features saying they can't be certain of getting their places back. Amori
Kiwanja
said,
tunamachamo
I am really
salary
pleased
mara
with Aiden.
100,000.
You can feel that he is
Buildup
improving
59
every game. If he
59,800.
continues to play like that, it is going to be really hard to take his
Kata
place. This is huge. It puts
700
pressure on
and
established stars
25.
like Delit, who was arguably United's best
Alafu
defender
Nissan
before his injury. And
Manoka
it raises questions about Harry Maguire's future with his contract expiring in the summer. This win wasn't just about 3 points. It was about resilience, physical flexibility, and the emergence of a potential new defensive star. A massive result for Manchester United as they head into the new year. What do you think of this tactical shift and the performance of the young defenders? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for more United content.
File your taxes 100% free in the app if you didn't file with us last year. Just file with TurboTax Do-It-Yourself by February 28th. No matter your tax situation, make the switch to TurboTax Do-It-Yourself and file free by February 28th.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's sad to see that a huge number of you who watch these videos aren't subscribed. If you enjoy the content, please take a second to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. It really helps the channel grow and ensures you never miss out on the latest football news and match analyses. Thanks a bunch. Now, let us dive into one of the most chaotic and thrilling matches of recent memory. Manchester United's incredible 6-2 thrashing of Leeds. United at Old Trafford, back on December 20th, 2020. This wasn't just a game, it was a statement and a piece of Premier League history. The match exploded into life from the very first whistle. Scott McTominay, of all people, became the hero of the hour. In an unbelievable start, he scored not one, but 2 goals within the first 3 minutes. His first was a power low drive from outside the box, and the second was a clever run and finish. This made him the first player in Premier League history to score a brace that early in a match. Old Trafford was absolutely rocking, and Leeds just didn't know what hit them. But the onslaught didn't stop there. Manchester United were relentless. At the 20-minute mark, Bruno Fernandes got in on the act, firing home to make it 3-0. It was a classic. Fast-paced counter-attack that completely ripped through the Leeds defense. Just before halftime, defender Victor Lindelöf added a fourth, tapping in from a corner. It was pure dominance. To their credit, Leeds never gave up their attacking philosophy. Liam Cooper managed to pull one back with a header from a corner just before the break, giving them a glimmer of hope. But the second half saw more of the same from United. Daniel James, using his blistering pace, scored in the 66th minute to make it 5-1. Then, Bruno Fernandes converted a penalty at 70 minutes, grabbing his second of the game, United's 6th. Stuart Dallas scored a beautiful consolation goal for Leeds with a stunning long-range curler, but it was far too little, far too late. The final score, a staggering 6-2. Let's look at the stats because they tell a fascinating story. Despite Leeds having 59% possession and completing more it was Manchester United's clinical finishing that made all the difference. United had a massive 26 shots in total, with 14 of them on target. Leeds had 17 shots, but only for trouble the keeper. This shows how effective United were on the counter. They created 6 big chances and were just ruthless in front of goal. The expected goals, or XG, was 2.5 for United and 1.8 for Leeds, which highlights how much United overperformed their chances. A true sign of elite finishing on the day. This game was an instant classic. A wild end-to-end spectacle with a combined 43 shots. It was a throwback to the historic rivalry between the two clubs and was rightly hailed as one of the games of the season for Manchester United fans. It was a day of pure joy and a showcase of what the team was capable of under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. For Leeds, it was a harsh lesson in the realities of the Premier League, but their commitment to attacking football, even when they were being hammered, earned them a lot of respect. What are your memories of this crazy game? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, and please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into football's greatest moments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
What a day, what a game. Ten Hag's era at Manchester United kicks off with a bang. A massive 4-2-0 win against Liverpool in this pre-season friendly in Bangkok. I mean, who saw that coming? It's only pre-season, I know, but a win is a win, and a win like this against our biggest rivals, you just have to love it. Let's break it down. United looked sharp, energetic, and surprisingly organised right from the start. Jadon Sancho opened the scoring, pouncing on a mistake in the Liverpool defence. He looked confident, taking his chance really well. It's exactly the kind of start we wanted to see from him this season. Then, Fred, oh my word, that chip, a beautiful, audacious chip over Alisson from the edge of the box. But it was pure class. We've seen flashes of this from Fred before, but to pull it off so calmly was just brilliant. It really got the crowd going, and you could see the confidence flowing through the team. Just a few minutes later, Anthony Martial made it 3. He capitalised on another defensive error, raced through on goal, and dinked it over the keeper. It's a massive goal for him. A lot of us thought his time at United might be over, but he's come back looking hungry and sharp. If Ten Hag can get Martial back to his best, that's like a new signing for us. He looked really motivated out there. The second half saw a lot of changes from both sides, as you'd expect in pre-season. Liverpool brought on their big guns, Salah, Van Dijk, Nunes, and they definitely put us under more pressure. But our defence, even with the youngsters, held firm top of the 10, made a couple of great set plays, and it was great to see some of the
Katoti Safaricom Mikwan.
Facundo Pellistri gets on the score sheet. A brilliant counter-attack, slick passing between Ahmed and Eric Bailey of all people, who went on a marauding run forward. Bailey squares it to Pellistri, who coolly slots it home for 0. Unbelievable. It was a fantastic team goal and a great moment for the young Uruguayan. So, what can we take from this? Well, it's early days. It's pre-season. We shouldn't get too carried away. Liverpool fielded a much weaker side in the first half. Count for any points. But you can't deny the positives. The pressing looked more coordinated, the players looked fitter, and there was a real attacking intent. Ten Hag's philosophy seems to be rubbing off on them already. It's about building confidence and momentum, and this result does exactly that. For the first time in a long time, there's a real sense of optimism around the club. It's just one game, but it's a massive step in the right direction. It's exciting to think about about what this team could do under the new manager. What did you guys think of the game? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Who was your man of the match? For me, it's a tough one, but I think Marshall just edges it. Great to see him back with a goal and a smile. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more United content. Catch you in the next one.
Wow, what's that? I just built a budget app, Base 44. Guys, Nina just built an app.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's massive fixture, I've noticed something interesting. A huge number of you who watch these videos and not subscribe. If you're enjoying the content and want to stay up to date with all the latest football headlines and analysis, do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button right now. It takes just a second and really helps the channel grow. Thanks a bunch. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest rivalries in English football. Arsenal
By the way,
versus
ineno gino kigo
Manchester
maber.
United. The next
Ineno
chapter
kigo
is set for
25%
Sunday,
kod icham
January
almost
25th,
28. Koro onge
2026
gima ng'ano
at the
okoni.
Emirates Stadium.
Niwach owacho ni players ano madogolo to koni to gimedo mono. And it's a next thing, inen ka 2% gimede
This
nyaka
is a
6.
match you won't
Ineno
want
from 2%
to
to
miss.
6%.
The stakes are
Pesa mang'eny.
incredibly high. Arsenal are flying
Players
high,
you am.
sitting pretty
Me
at the
pay
top
maroon
of the
with
Premier
the
League table. They're the team to beat right
no matter
now.
5%. Aya. Players you are no matter 5.
August
And
28th,
except for
2011.
matter karibu
A
4.
date etched into the
Omedo
memories of
3.5.
every football fan, especially
Keep
those
it
of
down kind of
Manchester
2.5.
United and
Shame
Arsenal.
onge aya gine not sha housing levy. Koro kikaw housing levy mi medo kod
What a Christmas
NSSF
present.
momedo extra mi medo kin. Panangano medo
Hey
karibu
everybody,
15%.
and welcome back to the
15%
channel.
tunga
Before we dive into today's massive fixture, I've noticed something interesting. A huge number of you who watch these videos and not subscribed yet. If you're enjoying the content and want to stay up to date with all the latest football headlines and analysis, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button right now. It takes just a second and really helps the channel grow. Thanks a bunch. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest rivalries in English football. Arsenal versus Manchester United. The next chapter is set for Sunday, January 25th, 2026 at the Emirates Stadium. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. East Africa time, which is 4:30 p.m. UTC. This is a match you won't want to miss. The stakes are incredibly high. Arsenal are flying high, sitting pretty at the top of the Premier League table. They're the team to beat right now. Meanwhile, Manchester United are in a respectable fifth position, but they'll be desperate to close the gap and prove they can challenge the league leaders. A trip to the Emirates is a massive test for them. Let's look at how things have played out recently between these two giants. This season, Arsenal has definitely had the upper hand. Back on August 17th, the Gunners traveled to Old Trafford and secured a crucial 1-2-0 away win in the Premier League. Really set the tone for their campaign. Then, looking back at the previous season, on March 9th, the two sides fought to a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. It was a tight affair, showing just how evenly matched they can be on their day. Earlier that year, on January 12th, they met in the FA Cup at the Emirates. That match also ended 1-1, but it was Manchester United who progressed after a tense penalty shootout. A heartbreaking moment for the home fans. And before that, on December 4th, Arsenal claimed a comfortable 2-0 home win in the league. So, while Arsenal has dominated the recent Premier League encounters. United has shown they can get a result, especially in cup competitions. What's really telling is Arsenal's current unbeaten streak against United, which stands at an impressive 6 games across all competitions. That's a huge psychological advantage for the Gunners heading into this match. Now, if we zoom out and look at the all-time head-to-head record, this story is a bit different. This rivalry has a long and storied history. They've met a staggering 245 times. Manchester United hold the slight edge overall with 99 wins, 2 Arsenals, 91, and there have been 55 draws. This just goes to show the historical weight behind this fixture. Every match adds another layer to this epic saga. Let's turn to the team news, because that could be a deciding factor. Manchester United has seen a recent change in the dugout. Michael Carrick has been appointed as interim manager, and he's already made an impact. He kicked off his tenure with a massive and much-needed win against their city rivals, Manchester City. That victory will have injected a huge dose of confidence and belief back into the squad. Carrick will be looking to build on that momentum and make a statement against the league leaders. On the other side, Arsenal's incredible form is being tested by some significant injury concerns. They're currently without several key players. The absence of rising star Max Doman is a blow. And they're also missing defensive stalwarts Hiroshi Kafini and Ricardo Calafio. Managing these injuries, rotating the squad effectively will be a major challenge for the Arsenal team. It puts a lot of pressure on the rest of the team to step up and maintain their high standards. So, what's the prediction? It's incredibly tough to call. You have Arsenal, the league leader, playing at home with a recent record against United, but they're dealing with key injuries. Then you have United, a team with a point of proof under a new interim manager, buoyed by a new stormy win. Will Arsenal quality and home advantage be enough to see them through, or will Carrick revitalize and pull off an upset on the road? This match has all the ingredients of a classic top of the table clash. Historical rivalry, new manager bounce, and injury pricing. It's what the Premier League is all about. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Let me know your score predictions in the comments below. Who do you think will come out on top and why? Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive content. We'll see you in the next one.
August 28th, 2011. A date etched into the memories of every football fan, especially those of Manchester United and Arsenal. This wasn't just another Premier League match. It was a seismic event, a day that would be talked about for years, even decades to come. Welcome back to the channel. And today, we're revisiting the unforgettable clash at Old Trafford that ended Manchester United 8, Arsenal 2. The stage was set for a classic encounter between two of English football's titans, managed by two legends, Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger. But nobody, absolutely nobody, could have predicted the sheer scale of what was about to unfold. Arsenal arrived at the Theatre of Dreams in a state of flux. Key players, like Cesc Fabregas and Samir Nasri, had just left the club, and injuries and suspensions had decimated their squad. Manchester United, on the other hand, were the reigning champions and looked formidable. was Wenger's Arsenal. Surely they would put up a fight. The game started and the signs were there early. United looked sharp, hungry and relentless. It took until the 22nd minute for the deadlock to be broken. Danny Welbeck, a local lad, headed home the opener and the floodgates creaked open. Just a few minutes later, Arsenal were awarded a penalty, a chance to get back on level terms. Robin van Persie stepped up, but his spot kick was brilliantly saved by David De Gea. Looking back, that save was a massive turning point. From there, it was an avalanche. Ashley Young scored a stunning curler, his first goal for the club, making it 2-0. Wayne Rooney then stepped up with a sublime free kick, 3-0. Just before half-time, Theo Walcott pulled one back for Arsenal, giving them a glimmer of hope heading into the break. 3-1 was a comeback on the cards. Sir Alex Ferguson's half-time team talk must have been simple, more of the same, and that's exactly what they delivered. The second half was a masterclass in ruthless, attacking football. Rooney scored another fantastic free nonny, added a cheeky chip. Park Ji-sung got in on the act with a cool finish. The score just kept climbing. For Arsenal, the nightmare deepened. Carl Jenkins was set off, leaving them with 10 men to face the onslaught. Van Persie did manage to score a consolation goal, a fine finish that on any other day would have been celebrated. But here, it was barely a footnote. The humiliation wasn't over. Wayne Rooney completed his hat-trick from the penalty spot, his 150th goal for the club, and to cap it all off, Ashley Young mirrored his first goal with another spectacular curler into the top corner, 8-2. The final whistle was a mercy. The result was staggering. It was Arsenal's worst defeat since 1896. For United, it was a statement of intent, a display of absolute dominance. For Ferguson, it was a tactical triumph. For Wenger, it was arguably the lowest point of his illustrious career. This match became a symbol. For United fans, it was a day of pure ecstasy, a result they'll forever hold over their hearts. For Arsenal fans, it was a day of utter despair, a painful memory that highlighted a difficult period for the club. But after all, it was simply an unbelievable piece of football history. A game that had everything. Brilliant goals, a penalty save, a red card, and a scoreline that looked like a typo. What are your memories of that incredible day? Were you cheering in the stands or watching in disbelief from your sofa? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. It's one of those where were you when moments in football. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more football stories. See you in the next one.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Get ready, because one of the biggest fixtures in the football calendar is just around the corner. That's right, it's the Manchester Derby. On Saturday, January 17th, Pep Guardiola, Manchester City will make the short trip across town to Old Trafford to face their arch rivals, Manchester United. Kickoff is set for 12:30 UK time, and you can bet the atmosphere is going to be absolutely electric. This derby has a rich history of City have had the upper hand recently. With a convincing 3-0 win at Old Trafford back in October 2023, another Trace -1 victory at the Etihad in March 2024, and a dominant 3-0 home win this season on September 14th. There was also a tense scoreless draw at Old Trafford in April of 2025. Seems City have had United S number in the last few encounters. But, and this is a big but, for all you United fans out there, don't forget the moments of magic your team has produced. We've seen Manchester United pull off incredible 2-1 comeback victories against their noisy neighbors twice in recent memory. And these weren't just any wins. They were packed with late-game drama that left fans breathless. Let's rewind to January 14th, 2023 at a roaring Old Trafford. City looked to be in control when Jack Grealish put them ahead. But United, fueled by the home crowd, staged a stunning turnaround. First, Bruno Fernandes scored a highly debated, controversial equalizer that got everyone talking. Then, just 4 minutes later, Marcus Rashford, the hometown hero, found the back of the net to seal a famous 2-1 victory. Scenes in the stadium were unforgettable. A classic derby comeback. Fast forward to December 5th, 2024. This time at the Etihad Stadium. It looked like City's game. Josko Gavardio had given them the lead, and as the clock ticked down, it seemed like another routine home win. But United refused to give up. In the 88th minute, they were awarded a penalty. And who else but Bruno Fernandes stepped up to calmly slot it home, making it 1-1. The away end went wild, but the drama wasn't over. In the 90th minute, in a moment of pure inspiration, Emma Diallo scored a sensational winner, snatching all 3 points of the death and silencing the end. It was another incredible 2-1 comeback, proving that in this fixture, anything can happen. These two victories show that even when City seemed to be the dominant force, Manchester United have the spirit and the quality to produce shock results. They've proven they can go toe-to-toe with City and come out on top, especially with those dramatic late winners. They know how to hurt their rivals and thrive on that underdog status. So, what does this all mean for the upcoming clash on January 7th? Will City's recent dominance continue? And will they assert their authority once again at Old Trafford? Or will Manchester United channel the spirit of those famous comeback wins? Will we see another moment of individual brilliance, a tactical masterclass, or a controversial decision? It's the game. That's the beauty of the Manchester Derby. It's completely unpredictable. Will the Theatre of Dreams become a fortress for United? Or will City paint the town blue once more? It's a classic battle of tactics, passion, and city pride. One thing is for sure. It's a match you won't want to miss. Drop your predictions in the comments below. Who do you think will come out on top? And what will the score be? I can't wait to read what you guys think. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this preview, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more football content. See the next one. What a match we have on our hands. Folks, Liverpool versus Arsenal. Clash of titans that almost always guarantees fireworks. This time was no exception. It's one of those fixtures you circle on your calendar the moment the schedule comes out. And boy, did it deliver. The atmosphere at Anfield was absolutely electric. You could feel the tension and the excitement buzzing right through the street. From the very first whistle, both teams came out swinging, looking to assert their dominance. Arsenal, with their slick, possession-based football, trying to control the tempo early on. You could see Arteta's philosophy in every pass, building from the left, looking for those clever pockets of space. They were patient, probing, and trying to unlock that famously resilient Liverpool defense. On the other hand,
Okay, Salimi, Salah. Ameweka 200k. Jojo sasa tuko pesa man.
red shirts flying forward, putting the Arsenal backline under immense stress. The key battles were all over the pitch. In midfield, it was a tactical chess match. Who would win the second balls? Break the line, and the constant threat. Their movement sharp, and their instincts on the high alert. There were some heart-and-mouth moments for both set fans, with chances being created at either end. Shot whistles just past the post here. A world-class save there. It was end-to-end action. One of the standout moments has to be the opening goal. Build-up play was just exquisite. A perfect example of what makes this sport the beautiful game. The finish was clinical, leaving the keeper with absolutely no chance. But, as we all know, a goal can completely change the dynamic of a match. The response from the other team was immediate.
Panangan ini tu ada di kaikat.
They dug in.
Mana dapat sang marai lah.
The determination
Okay,
to get
kita
back
lah.
into the game. Ultimately, it was a
Yang
contest
dapat sang marai.
decided by fine margins.
Ini siapa?
A moment of
Okay, ini wah.
individual brilliance or a slight lapse in concentration. Both managers will have plenty to analyze, positives to take, and areas to improve upon. For
Panang dia punya real life kas.
a showcase of Premier League football at its very best. These are the games we live for. What did you think of the match? Let me know your key takeaways in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more football analysis. Thanks for watching.
Get ready for a massive London derby as Chelsea and Arsenal are set to clash in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. It's all happening today, Wednesday, January 14th, 2026, with kickoff at 8 p.m. UK time at Stamford Bridge. This is one of those fixtures that always delivers drama. With a place in the cup final on the line, the stakes couldn't be higher. Let's dive straight into the recent form because it tells a fascinating story. Arsenal fans will love this. Your team is currently on a 9-game unbeaten streak against Chelsea across all competitions. That's right, 9 games without a loss, featuring 5 wins and 4 draws. It's been a period of dominance for the Gunners in this fixture. In fact, you have to go all the way back to August 2018 for Chelsea's last home win against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. That's a long, long time in football. Looking at the last few head-to-heads, the trend continues. In their last 5 meetings, Arsenal has scored 2 wins. Remember that incredible 5-0 thrashing back in April 2024, or the 3-1 win in May 2023. Even the draws like the 2-2 thriller in October 2023 have been happy. The most recent result was a tight 1-1
Kapet marang ayot matal.
just a couple of months ago.
Mane question matem pe.
It seems Mikel Arteta really has Mauricio Pochettino's number in these recent
Kasit wadi dake otman ini.
We zoom out
Mas
to
mit.
the all-time record.
Dare dake otman dia ten sumit.
Across 212 meetings, Arsenal had 81 wins and Chelsea
Matal sana kana ya jama kapet. Mano kapet matin ma gine ne minika. Di te duo mena.
However, Chelsea fans don't lose hope just yet. There's a very interesting twist, specifically at the Carabao.
Di te
In
duo
this
mena.
competition, the tables
Ane
will
jam.
turn.
Ane jam mena dio. Rokere jam don kweti.
But in 4 of their 6
Ane
previous,
jam.
it seems the Blues know how to get
Ane
the job
jam
done
mena
when
nyoro
it comes
ruti.
to this particular trophy. This semi-final is the
Na
perfect
ninda.
stage for them
Na
to
gan
prove
duange
that
na
this
mani no kan
competition
ninda.
is their territory and to finally break that 9-game winless streak against their London rivals. Now, let's talk team news, which could play a huge role in the outcome. Chelsea have some significant worries. They will be without the influential midfielder Moises Caicedo, who is serving a suspension. That's a massive blow to their engine room. On top of that, there are major doubts over the fitness of captain Reece James. If both of them are out, it will seriously hamper Chelsea's ability to create chances on their right flank. Pochettino will have some big decisions to make. Over at Arsenal, things aren't perfect either.
Okoye ga laptop.
There are fitness concerns for 2 key players, William Saliba and Leandro Trossard. Both of them missed the FA Cup match over the weekend, and their availability for this crucial semi-final is uncertain. Saliba is the rock heart of their defense, and Trossard provides that spark of unpredictability in attack. Their absence That's going to be a big miss for
Seto
Arteta.
tungadek.
On a positive note, Kai
Seto
Havertz is
tungadek,
available after
which
his
is
own
too
recent
much.
concerns. But it's likely his minutes will be carefully managed as he returns to forfeit. So what can we expect? It's a classic clash of narratives. You have Arsenal, the team in dominant form in this fixture, looking to extend their unbeaten run to confirm grip. They'll be confident, organized, and eager to press their advantage. Then you have Chelsea playing at home, wounded by recent results against their rivals, but with a strong history in this specific competition. They'll be desperate to land a blow, to prove a point, and to give their fans something to cheer about at Stamford Bridge. This first leg is all about setting the tone. Will Arsenal's recent dominance continue, or will Chelsea's Carabao Cup magic finally break the curse? It's a tactical battle between Arteta and Pochettino, a test of squad depth with key players missing, and a fiery London derby finally to close. I cannot wait for this one. Who do you think will win? Will Chelsea finally get a victory over Arsenal, or will the Gunners march on? Let me know your score predictions in the comments below. It's going to be an absolutely epic night of football. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this preview, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more football content. See you next time.
Hello, football fans, and welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you here for another exciting preview. I've noticed a lot of you enjoy the content. Forget to subscribe. If you could just take 1 second, hit that like button and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And help the channel grow with more football news just like this. Thank you so much for that. Now, let's dive into the main event.
Inigi midwara
The
na.
highly anticipated London
It was
derby
used for
falls
September.
to Chelsea. The match is set to kick off today, January 7th, 2026,
Subscribe.
19:30.
It was subscribers go watch out.
This is always a fiery encounter, and recent history suggests we could be in for another. Looking back at the recent head-to-head clashes, it's fascinating pattern. The 2-1 scoreline has bumped up quite a few times.
100 the mangi ni bi chop
An extra
empty.
layer of intrigue.
Chop 100 from 0 to 100.
For instance, just last season, in April 2025, Chelsea managed to secure a crucial 2-1 victory away at Craven Cottage. That was a tense match, with Chelsea just edging it. But don't think it's been on one-way traffic. In a surprising turn of events, on Boxing Day 2024, it was Fulham who triumphed at Stamford Bridge with that very same 2-1 scoreline. Water is running down. It really shows it in the spirit. Anything can happen. And home advantage doesn't always guarantee a win. It proves Fulham knows how to get the result against their big rivals. Even on the road, going back to the further, winning dose -0. If you look at the fixture from October 2023, Chelsea also 1-2-2-0 at Craven Cottage. So while Chelsea has had the upper hand in a couple of recent games, Fulham's victory at the Bridge shows they are more than capable of causing an upset. So, what does all this tell us about tonight's match? Well, it tells us to expect goals and high. Chelsea will be looking
Hello, from the
to
kind
assert
of
their dominance, but playing in front of their passionate home crowd at Craven Cottage will be desperate to repeat their previous heroics. Both teams have shown they can score against each other, and both have shown they can win. The 2-1 scoreline seems to be a recurring theme, and I wouldn't be surprised to see another close game decided by a goal. What are your predictions for the match? Are we going to see another 2-1 thriller? And if so, who do you think will come out on top this time? I mean, Fulham will go another memorable win at home over the Chelsea's quality
So the
giant.
past 5 games pokwa boyo tetana.
In the comments below, I really
Giseko
want to
wa
know what y'all think.
kodi draws.
That's all
The
for
past
this
5
preview.
games pokwa boyo tetana.
Watching it.
Temwadiro mo kodgi Sunday. Again wadhi kogi.
Don't forget to like, subscribe,
Wadiro mo kodgi Sunday Old Trafford.
this any of our post-match analysis.
Manchester they go Tottenham Sunday Old Trafford. What they win? Paying the pesa get 1,000. Paying the money me what get 10,000. Martin betting men trusting and swearing. Huh? Swear Manchester must win.
Just ratcheted up even higher. From that point on, it was pure chaos. Leeds came so close again with dominant.
United's.
For your words. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's massive fixture,
Lore,
I've noticed something.
Lore and viewers are kind go ke short mano.
Watch these videos and not subscribe. If
Go
you're enjoying the
in
content
the
and want to stay
Go
up to date
manamo.
with all the latest
Go
football
keep
headlines
it.
and analysis, do me a huge
So
favor
mad.
and hit that subscribe button. It takes just
But
a
more
second and really helps the channel.
Marana.
Thanks a bunch. Now, let's
Oh,
talk
Juan.
about one of the biggest rivalries in English football. Arsenal versus Manchester United. The next chapter is set for Sunday, January 25th, 2026 at the Emirates Stadium. Kickoff is at 7:30
Go to the terminal pesa do kuro golu.
time, which is 4:30 p.m. UTC.
Akao na kiro pesa
This
ta
is a
golu.
match you won't want
Baadhi ya
to miss.
mapeni.
The stakes are incredibly high. Arsenal are flying high.
As in kapesa choko 70. Yo na pena nde. Donge nasibe do muta ni. Bega kona leo nyalo withdraw pesa ko choko 70 euros.
Manchester United are
Mene
in
niko
a position, but
no
they're
comment
desperate to
for
close the gap
halfway.
and challenge the
Halfway.
leaders.
Halfway to nyalo withdraw.
Is a massive test for them. Let's look at how things have played out
Nyalo withdraw. Sasa mara kata tumisa next payment. Ko choko ni 70.
definitely had the
Sana 0.8.
back on August 17th. The Gunners traveled to Old Trafford and secured a crucial 1-0 away win in the Premier League. And the result really set the tone for their campaign. Then, looking back at the previous season, on March 9th, the two sides fought to a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. It was a tight affair, showing just how evenly matched they can be on their day. Earlier that year, on January 12th, they met in the FA Cup at the MI. That match also ended 1-1, but it was Manchester United who progressed after a tense penalty shootout. A heartbreaking moment for the home fans. And before that, on December 4th, Arsenal claimed a comfortable 2-2 home win in the league. So, while Arsenal has dominated the recent Premier League encounters, United has shown they can get a result, especially in cup competitions. What's really telling is Arsenal's current unbeaten streak against United, which stands at an impressive 7 games across all competitions. That's a huge psychological advantage for the Gunners heading into this match. Now, if we zoom out and look at the all-time head-to-head record, this story is a bit different. This rivalry has a long and storied history. They've met a staggering 245 times. Manchester United has a slight edge overall with 99 wins, 2 Arsenals, 91, and there have been 55 draws. This just goes to show the historical way behind this fixture. Every match adds another layer to this epic saga. Let's turn to the TVs. Because that could be a deciding factor. Manchester United has seen recent change in the dugout. Michael Carrick has been appointed as interim manager, and he's already made an impact. He kicked off his tenure with a massive and much-needed win against their city rivals, Manchester City. That victory will have injected a huge dose of confidence
video
back into the squad.
Ahmed of
Momentum and make a statement against the league.
short career.
Arsenal's incredible form is being tested by some significant injury concerns.
And give a more run.
Currently,
Mr. Lieutenant, Nakapos shots.
the absence of rising Spurs dominance.
Since I knew them, 1.57.
And they're also missing defensive stalwarts Philippe Gabi and Ricardo Calafiori. Managing these injuries and managing this midfield will be a major challenge for the Arsenal manager. There's a lot of pressure on the rest of the team to step up and maintain their high standards. So, what's the prediction? It's incredibly tough to call. You have Arsenal, the league leaders, playing at home with a fantastic recent record against United.
Channel,
But they're dealing with key injuries. Then you have Manchester United, a team with a record and a new interim manager. Dorby win. Arsenal, will the message be enough to see them through? Or will Carrick's revitalized United pull off an upset on the road? This match has all the ingredients of a classic top of the town clashing. Historical rivalry. New manager bounce. An injury crisis. It's what the Premier League is all about. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Let me know your score predictions in the comments. Who do you think will come out on top and why? Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive content. We'll see you in the next one.
August 28th, 2011. A date etched into the memories of every football fan, especially those of Manchester United and Arsenal. This wasn't just another Premier League match. It was a seismic event, a day that would be talked about for years, even decades to come. Welcome back to the channel. And today, we're revisiting the unforgettable clash at Old Trafford that ended Manchester United 8, Arsenal 2. The stage was set for a classic encounter between two of English football's titans, managed by two legendary figures, Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger. But nobody, absolutely nobody, could have predicted the sheer scale of what was about to unfold. Arsenal arrived at the Theatre of Dreams in a state of flux. Key players like Cesc Fabregas and Samir Nasri had just left the club, and injuries and suspensions had decimated their squad.
When you are
Manchester United
The review kan tingi anak ya.
and
Ipa na ngega wende ina te anak awinjo ya winjo lakini ok na ngega nyinga gi klabu.
Arsenal. Surely they would put up a fight. The game started and the signs were there early. United looked sharp, hungry, and relentless. It took until the 22nd minute for the deadlock to be broken.
Bana daga nani
Danny
wake up mawe ogegi bagoye.
headed home the
Ineno
opener,
practice
and
mare.
the floodgates creaked open. Just a few
Ineno
minutes
gore
later,
ka da.
Weka mawe kapore tena boxa.
Daga bala ni tin mai de rola on the one.
Robin van Persie stepped up, but his
Weka mawe Man Utd.
What
What is block?
Manere ye kumbo ke block.
A stunning curler, his first goal for the club, making it 2-0. Wayne Rooney then stepped up with a sublime free kick, 3-0. Just before half-time, Theo Walcott pulled one back for Arsenal, giving them a glimmer of hope heading into the break. 3-1 was a comeback on the cards. Sir Alex Ferguson's half-time team talk must have been simple, more of the same, and that's exactly what they delivered. The second half was a masterclass in ruthless, attacking football. Rooney scored another fantastic free-kick nonny, added a chip. Hutchinson got in on the act with a cool finish. The score just kept climbing. For Arsenal, the nightmare deepened. Jenkinson was sent off, leaving them 10 men face the onslaught. Van Persie did manage to score a consolation goal, a fine finish that on any other day would have been celebrated. But here, it was barely a footnote. The humiliation wasn't over. Wayne Rooney completed his hat-trick from the penalty spot. And to cap it all off, Ashley Young mirrored his first goal with another spectacular curler into the top corner, 8-2.
Yes.
The final whistle was a mercy. The result was staggering. It was Arsenal's worst defeat since 1896. For United, it was a statement of intent, a display of absolute dominance. For Ferguson, it was a tactical triumph. For Wenger, it was arguably the lowest point of his illustrious career. This match became a symbol. For United fans, it was a day of pure ecstasy, a result of ever walk over their rivals. For Arsenal fans, it was a day of utter despair.
We are the Manchesters.
That highlighted a difficult
Kariko nego tensino mwe. Top table.
Well, we are the Manchester, the great Manchester.
goals, a penalty save, a red card, and a
United.
scoreline that looked like a typo. What are your memories of that incredible day? Were you cheering in the stands or watching in disbelief from your sofa? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. It's one of those where were you when moments in football. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, share,
And subscribe.
for more
Like,
football
share, and
stories.
subscribe.
See you in the next one.
Hello everyone and welcome back to
The channel.
Get ready, because one of the biggest fixtures
Commentator.
in the
Wait for
football
my bit.
calendar is just around the corner. That's right, it's the Manchester
Welcome back to the
Derby.
channel.
January 17th, Pep Guardiola. Yes, Manchester a short trip across town to Old Trafford to face their
It's a new Trafford and theater.
Manchester United. Kick set
Theater may England.
and you can bet the atmosphere is going to be absolutely electric.
So, Tottenham did theater
Rich
team Sunday.
history of dramatic moments and intense battles. And recent history is no exception. Looking back at the last 6
watch one.
There was also a scoreless draw at Old Trafford in April of 2025. Seeing City have had United S number in the last few encounters. But, and this is a big but, for all you United fans out there, don't forget the moments of magic your team has produced. We've seen Manchester United pull off incredible 2-1 comeback victories against their noisy neighbors twice in recent memory. And these weren't just wins. They were packed with late game drama that left fans breathless. Let's rewind to January 14th, 2023 at a roaring Old Trafford. City looked to be in control when Jack Grealish put them ahead. But United, fueled by the home crowd, staged a stunning turnaround. First, Bruno Fernandes scored a highly debated, controversial equalizer that got everyone talking. Then, just 4 minutes later, Marcus Rashford, a hometown hero, found the back of the net to seal a famous 2-2-1 victory. The stadium were unforgettable. A classic derby comeback. Fast forward to December 5th, 2024. This time at the Etihad Stadium. It looked like City's game. Josko Guardiola had given them the lead. And as the clock ticked down, it seemed like another routine home win. But United refused to give up. In the 88th minute, they were awarded a penalty. And who else but Bruno Fernandes stepped up to calmly slot it home, making it 1-1. The away end went wild, but the
Bruno
drama
Fernandes.
wasn't over. In the 90th minute, in a moment of pure inspiration, Emma Diallo scored a sensational winner, snatching all 3 points of the death and silencing the end. It was another incredible 2-1 comeback, proving that in this fixture, anything can happen.
Video dia pada AI lakini konten itu
When City seemed to be the dominant force, Manchester United had the spirit and the quality to produce shock results. They've proven they can go toe-toe with City and come out on top, especially with those dramatic late winners. They know how to hurt their rivals and thrive on that underdog status. So, what does this all mean for the upcoming clash on January 2nd? Will City's recent dominance continue? And will they assert their authority once again at Old Trafford? Or will Manchester United have the spirit of those famous comeback wins? Will we see another moment of individual brilliance, a tactical masterclass,
Crap.
or a controversial decision
Yeah.
that swings the game?
That's it.
That's the beauty of the
We go.
Manchester Derby. It's completely unpredictable. Will the Theatre of Dreams become a fortress for United? Or will see the town blue once more? It's a classic battle of tactics, passion, and city pride. One thing is for sure, it's a match you won't want to miss. Drop your predictions in the comments below. Who do you think will come out on top? And what will the score be? I can't wait to read what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this preview, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more football content. See you in the next one.
welcome back to the channel. Like and subscribe.
What a match we have on our hands. Folks, Liverpool versus Arsenal. A clash of titans that almost always guarantees fireworks. And this time was no exception. It's one of those fixtures you circle on your calendar the moment the schedule comes out. And boy, did it deliver. The atmosphere on the field was absolutely electric. You could feel the tension and the excitement buzzing right through the screen. From the very first whistle, both teams came out swinging, looking to assert their dominance. Arsenal, with their slick, possession-based football, tried to control the tempo early on. You could see Arteta's philosophy in every pass, building from the back, looking for those clever pockets of space. They were patient, probing, and trying to unlock that famously resilient Liverpool defense. On the other hand, you have Liverpool club heavy metal football in full effect. The moment they won the ball back, it was instant pressure. A blur of red shirts shirts flying forward, putting the Arsenal back line under immense stress. The key battles were all over the pitch. In midfield, it was a tactical chess match. Who would win the second balls? To break the lines with a defensive pass. And up front, the strikers from both sides were a constant threat. Their movement sharp and their instincts on the high alert. There were some heart-and-mouth moments for both sets of fans, with chances being created at either end. A shot whistle's just past the post there. A world-class save there. It was end-to-end action. One of the standout moments has to be the opening goal. It was just exquisite. A perfect example of what makes this sport a beautiful game. The finish was clinical, leaving the keeper with absolutely no chance. But, as we all know, a goal can completely change the dynamic of a match. The response from the other team was immediate and fierce. They didn't let their heads drop. They didn't think. And you could see the determination to get back into the game. Ultimately, it was a contest decided by fine margins. A moment of individual brilliance.
Maybe you'll
Or a
need just a
slight
little
lapse
bit.
in
A little bit.
concentration.
Yes.
Both managers will have
Just a
plenty to
little bit.
analyze, positives to take, and areas to improve upon. For Uwa Sasfan, it was an absolute treat. A showcase of friendly football at its very best. These were the games we live for. What did you think of the match? Let me know your key takeaways in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more football analysis. Thanks for watching.
Get ready for a massive London derby as Chelsea and Arsenal are set to clash in the first leg of the Carabao semi-final. It's all happening today, Wednesday, January 14th, 2026, with kickoff at 8 p.m. UK time at Stamford Bridge. This is one of those fixtures that always delivers drama. And with a place in a cup final on the line, the stakes couldn't be higher. Let's dive straight into the recent form because it tells a fascinating story. Arsenal fans will love this. Your team is currently on a 9-game unbeaten streak against Chelsea across all competitions. That's right, 9 games without a loss, 5 wins and 4 draws. It's been a period of dominance for the Gunners in this fixture. In fact, you have to go all the way back to August 2018 for Chelsea in its last home win against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. That's a long, long time in football. Looking at the last few head-to-heads, the trend continues. 5 meetings, Arsenal have secured 2 wins and 3 draws. Remember that incredible 5-0 thrashing back in April 2024? Or the 3-1 win in May 2023? Even the draws like the 2-2 thriller in October 2023 have been packed with action. The most recent result was a tight 1-1 draw at Stamford Bridge just a couple of months ago. In November 2025, it seems Mikel Arteta really has Mauricio Pochettino's number in these recent encounters. If we zoom out and look at the all-time record, it's Arsenal who hold the historical bragging rights. Across 212 total meetings, Arsenal had 84 wins to Chelsea's 66, with 62 matches ending in a draw. It's a rivalry with a deep and rich history, and the Gunners have the edge. However, Chelsea fans don't lose hope just yet. There's a very interesting twist when we look specifically at the Carabao Cup. In this competition, the tables are turned. Chelsea have a much better record against Arsenal, winning 4 of their 6 previous League Cup encounters. It seems the Blues know how to get the job done when it comes to this particular trophy. This semi-final is the perfect stage for them to prove that this competition is their territory and to finally break that 9-game winless streak against their London rivals. Now, let's talk team news, which could play a huge role in the outcome. Chelsea have some significant worries. They will be without the influential midfielder Moises Caicedo, who is serving a suspension. That's a massive blow to their engine room. On top of that, there are major doubts over the fit of Captain Reece James and the
A little bit. Just a little bit.
If both of
Down
them are
there,
out,
you
it will
will
seriously
decide.
the ability to create chances and defend their right flank. Pochettino will have some big decisions to make. Over at Arsenal, things aren't perfect either. There are fitness concerns for 2 key players, William Saliba and Leandro Trossard. Both of them missed the FA Cup match over the weekend, and their availability for this crucial semi-final is uncertain. Saliba is the rock at the heart of their defense, and Trossard provides that spark of unpredictability in attack. Their absence would be a big miss for Arteta's side. positive note, Kai Havertz is available after his own recent concern, but it's likely his minutes will be carefully managed as he returns to full fitness. So what can we expect? It's a classic clash of narratives.
Down the
You have
viola
Arsenal,
just a
the
little
team in
bit.
dominant form in this fixture,
Not more.
looking to extend their unbeaten run and take a firm grip on Spurs. They'll be organized and eager to press their advantage. Then you have Chelsea playing at home, limited by recent results against their rivals, but with a strong history in this specific competition. They'll be desperate to land a blow, to prove a point, and to give their fans something to cheer about in Stamford Bridge. This first leg is all about setting the tone. Will Arsenal's recent dominance continue, or will Chelsea's Carabao Cup magic finally break the curse? It's a tactical battle between Arteta and Pochettino, a test of squad depth with key players missing, and a fiery London derby with a final at Wembley on the line. I cannot wait for this one. Who do you think will win? Will Chelsea finally get a victory over Arsenal, or will the Gunners march on? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. It's going to be an absolutely epic night of football. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this preview, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more football content. See you next time.
Hello, football fans, and welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you here.
Welcome
for
back to the
another
channel.
exciting preview. I've noticed a lot of you enjoy the content, but forget to subscribe. If you could just take 1 second to hit that like button and subscribe, it would mean the world to me, and help the channel grow with more football news just like this. Thank you so much for that. Now, let's dive into the main event. The highly anticipated London derby between Fulham and Chelsea. The match is set to kick off today, January 7th, 2026 at 19:30. GMT, this is always a fiery encounter. And recent history suggests we could be in for another. Looking back at their recent head-to-head clashes, there's a fascinating pattern. The 2-1 scoreline is one times. Adding
Win 16. Desperate to
repeat their previous heroics. Both teams have shown they can score against each other, and both have shown
win
they can
16
win.
it is a bit.
The 2-1 scoreline seems to be and I wouldn't be surprised to see another close game decided by a single goal. What are your predictions for the match? Are we going to see another 2-1 thriller? And if so, who do you think will come out on top this time? I think Fulham pulling off another memorable win at home. Will Chelsea's quality shine through? Top your score predictions in the comments below. I'm really curious to see what y'all think. That's all for this preview. Thanks again for watching and for your amazing support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our post-match analysis. Enjoy the game, and I'll catch you in the next one.
This season, you've got places to go, people to see, and things to do. You may have already gotten vaccinated for flu and COVID-19, but other respiratory illnesses are still out there. If you're
Hey everybody, and welcome
Nangok ari
back to the
channel mo
channel.
ko do monetize.
Before we dive into today's massive fixture, I've noticed
Sige,
something
Chemiri.
interesting.
Vaccine no ka channel yudo ada mano.
Not subscribed yet. If
Ano
you're
nga
enjoying the
tani yo.
content and want to stay up to date with all the latest football headlines and analysis, do me a
Tani
huge
yo.
favor and hit that subscribe button right now.
Mare mane
This takes just a second and really
Ka
helps
ita
the
pina
channel
du ma ko loro na
Thanks
jo.
much. Now,
Mondo gene le
let's
tie mo.
talk about the
Endo ke to ad ma dich kwato manari yo.
Arsenal
Ki post video ke ad de le.
The next chapter is set for Sunday,
Mm.
January 25th, 2026 at the Emirates Stadium. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. East Africa time, which is 4:30 p.m. UTC. This is a match you won't want to miss. The stakes are incredibly high. Arsenal are flying high, sitting pretty at the top of the Premier League table.
Open hey
They're the team
ko
to
ka fan ha.
beat right now. Meanwhile, Manchester United are in a respectable 5th position, but they'll be desperate to close the gap and prove they can challenge the league leaders. A trip to the Emirates is a massive test for them. Let's look at how things have played out recently between these two giants. This season, Arsenal has definitely had the upper hand. Back on August 17th, the Gunners traveled to Old Trafford and secured a crucial 1-2-0 away win in the Premier League. That result really set the tone for their campaign. Then, looking back at the previous season, on March 9th, the two sides fought to a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. It was a tight affair, showing just how evenly matched they can be on their day. Earlier that year, on January 12th, they met in the FA Cup at the Emirates. That match also ended 1-1, but it was Manchester United who progressed after a tense penalty shootout. A heartbreaking moment for the home fans. And before that, on December 4th, Arsenal claimed a comfortable 2-0 home win in the league. So, while Arsenal has dominated the recent league encounters, United has shown they can get a result, especially in cup competitions. What's really telling is Arsenal's current unbeaten streak against United, which stands at an impressive 7 games across all competitions. That's a huge psychological advantage for the Gunners heading into this match. Now, if we zoom out and look at the all-time head-to-head record, this story is a bit different. This rivalry has a long, rich story history. They've played a staggering 245 times. Manchester United is
2666.
99 wins, 2 Arsenal,
Angen by Swiss Abike for 2.7. And the left was angen by end of this month and 3,000. Then end the month and 3,000.
That could be a deciding factor. Manchester United has seen a recent change in the dugout. Michael Creek has been appointed as interim manager, and he's already made an impact. He kicked off his tenure with a massive and much-needed win against their city rivals, Manchester City. That victory will have injected a huge dose of confidence and belief back into the squad. Carrick will be looking to build on that momentum and make a statement against the league leaders. On the other side, Arsenal is being tested by some significant injuries. They're currently without several rising star Max Doman is a wow. And they're also missing defensive stalwart Spiro Hikapi and Ricardo Calafiori. Managing these injuries and rotating the squad effectively will be a major challenge for the Arsenal manager. It puts a lot of pressure on the rest of the team to step up and maintain their high standards. So, What's the prediction? It's incredibly tough to call. You have Arsenal, the league leaders, playing at home with a fantastic recent record against United, dealing with key injuries. Then you have Manchester United, a team with a point to prove under a new interim manager, buoyed by a huge Derby win. Will Arsenal's quality and home advantage be enough to see them through? Or will Carrick's revitalized United pull off an upset on the road? This match has all the ingredients of a classic top of the table clashes, historical rivalry, manager bounce, and injury crisis. It's what the Premier League is all about. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. Who do you think will come out on top?
In the comments.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive content. We'll see you in the next one. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Get ready because one of the biggest fixtures in the football calendar is just around the corner. That's right, it's the Manchester Derby on Saturday, January 17th. Pep Guardiola, yes, Manchester City will make the short trip across town to Old Trafford to face their arch rivals, Manchester United. Kickoff is set for 12:30 UK time, and you can bet the atmosphere is going to be absolutely electric. This derby has a rich history of dramatic moments and intense battles, and the recent history is no exception. Looking back at the last 6 Premier League meetings, it's been a real roller. City have had the upper hand recently, with a convincing 3-0 win at Old Trafford. Another trace and a dominant 3-0 on September 14th. There was a tense golden draw at Old Trafford in April of 2025. Seeing City have a United-esque number in the last few encounters. But this is a big one for all you United fans out there. Don't forget the moments of magic the team has produced. We will see Manchester United pull off incredible 2-1 comeback victories against their noisy neighbors twice in recent memory. And these weren't just any wins. Packed with late-game drama that left fans breathless. Let's rewind to January 14th, 2023 at a roaring Old Trafford. City looked to be in control when Jack Grealish put them ahead, but United, fueled by the whole crowd, staged a stunning turnaround. First, Bruno Fernandes scored a highly debated, controversial equalizer that got everyone talking. Then,
Down baby, all I need is a little bit,
Marcus
a little
Rashford,
bit, just a little bit.
hometown hero, down the back of
Pull
the net
down the
to
pants,
seal
just a
a
little bit.
famous
I wanna know
2-1
more about
victory.
just a
The
little
scenes
bit,
in the stadium were
a little bit
unforgettable.
this.
A classic derby comeback. Fast forward to December 5th, 2024. This time at the Etihad Stadium. It looked like City's game. Josko Gavardio had given them the lead, and as the clock ticked down, it seemed like another routine home win. But Juventus refused to give up. In the 88th minute, they were awarded a penalty. And who else but Bruno Fernandes stepped up to calmly slot it home, making it 2-1. The away end went wild, but the drama wasn't over. In the 90th minute, in a moment of pure inspiration, Emma Diallo scored a sensational goal, snatching all points at the death and
It's
silencing
better a
the enemy.
video,
It was another
man, go 500
incredible
views.
2-1 comeback,
When you watch hours,
proving that in this fixture,
almost 100.
these
Than
two
video,
victories
man,
show
go.
that even when City
1,000
seemed to be the
views.
dominant force,
So no go on watch hours.
Manchester United have the spirit and the quality to produce shock
Video.
results. They've proven
Man,
they
you
can
can short
go
video,
toe-to-toe
bro.
with City and come out on top.
Short video, the camera,
Especially
1,000
with those
views.
dramatic late winners. They know
Kuchopo kitana one watch hour
their
onge. Kuchopo.
rivals and thrive on that underdog status. So, what does this all mean for the upcoming clash on
Maneno ni neno
January?
kapa ya
Will
suluhu tena.
City's recent dominance continue? And will they assert their
post a short candle. So okay, they post video, video, okay. They post short thing.
That swings the game. That's the beauty of the Manchester. It's complete.
No.
Well, the theater dreams become a fortress for United. We'll see if they can once more. It's a classic battle of tactics, passion, and city pride. One thing is for sure. It's a
Short video, channel my video mo sa mako.
drop your predictions.
My video sa mako. Ka video pokoma people short dolan channel man 90,000 views.
I can't wait to read
The
what
short
you
sa mama ko
Thanks for
video
watching.
ko mag na.
If you enjoyed this preview,
Channel da muru
be
mai
sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more football
Wang
content.
ya kudu go
See
ko ta do
you
chi video.
in the next one.
But short to ka post to
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's Premier League update, if you love football and want to stay on top of all the action, make sure you hit that button and turn on notifications. It really helps us out. Alright, let's dive
I'm
into
not
this
gonna
game.
watch your video and live. Short so to watch short fan.
After putting much Arsenal or City Pretty,
Lakini just the video.
the Gunners have been in phenomenal form, racking up 50 points from 15 wins, 5 draws, and only 2 losses. They've built a solid 7 lead.
Hit that
They
like
can't afford to be complacent.
and subscription button.
Speaking of the chase and power,
Support the
tied
live.
for second place.
Support the channel.
Manchester City and Aston Villa are locked on 43 points.
Thank you.
City with 30 wins.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That being their usual dominance.
But give them
But a few
blue.
more losses than the trailing Arsenal. Aston Villa, under that current
Ang channel
management,
mana post ka short
have
clip.
been the surprise
O kata pila
of the season.
Dapat.
Matching
Jadi
City's
cuma post ketangguan.
tally with 13 victories of their own is a huge statement and has their fans dreaming of European nights. Just outside the top 3, Liverpool holds the 4th spot with 36 points. It's been a mixed bag for them with 10 wins, but they're still firmly in the hunt for a Champions League position. Right on their heels is Manchester United in 5th place with 35 points. They've been a tough team to beat, securing ultra draws. We're on 34 points. The LB looking to string together a run of wins to climb higher and challenge for those coveted European spots. The mid-table is incredibly tight this year. Brentford, Newcastle United, and the newly promoted Sunderland are all tied on 33 points, sitting in 7th, 8th, and 9th place respectively. What a fantastic return to the top flight for Everton follows closely behind in 10th with 32 points, and Fulham is just a point back in 11th with 31. This battle for finish is going to be fascinating to watch. In the bottom half, Brighton are 12th with 30 points, followed by Crystal Palace on 28. Then we have Tottenham and Bournemouth, both on 27 points. Spurs, in particular, will be disappointed to find themselves in the lower half of the table and will be desperate to improve their form. Leeds United is in 16th with 25 points, giving themselves a bit of a cushion from the drop zone. However, things are looking tense at the bottom. Nottingham Forest is just above the relegation zone in 17th with 22 points. The first team in the drop zone is West Ham United, who are struggling in 18th place with just 17 points. Burnley is 19th with 14 points. And at the very bottom, it's been a truly difficult season for Wolverhampton who have managed only 1 win, not just 8 points so far. Now, let's look ahead to the exciting fixtures for match week 23. It kicks off on Saturday, January 24th. West Ham hosts Sunderland. In the early match, later, we have a series of games, including Burnley taking on Tottenham and Fulham facing Brighton. A key match to watch will be Manchester City versus Wolverhampton. City will be expecting a comfortable win at home to keep the pressure on Arsenal, while Wolves will be fighting for their Premier League lives. The late game on Saturday sees Bournemouth play against Liverpool. Then on
Tottenham number 14.
January 25th,
Lagging behind.
Brentford will play Nottingham Forest. Crystal Palace takes on Chelsea. And Newcastle United faces a massive test against high-flying Aston Villa. But the main event, the one everyone will be watching, is the heavyweight clash between Arsenal and Manchester United. This is a huge game for both clubs. A win for Arsenal would solidify their title credentials, while a victory for Manchester United could propel them right back into the top four conversation. It's a classic rivalry with so much at stake. That's a complete rundown of the Premier League as we head into match week 23. The title race, the fight for Europe, and the battle for survival are all heating up. Which match are you most excited for? Let me know your predictions in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. What a night in Istanbul! Aston Villa have done it again, securing a massive 1-0 victory over Fenerbahce in the UEFA. This win doesn't just give them bragging rights. It officially punches their ticket to the last 16 of the competition. Let's break down all the action from a truly electric night of football. The atmosphere at the Care Serikopoulou Stadium was absolutely incredible. But it was Villa who silenced the home crowd early on. The decisive moment came in the 25th minute. A beautiful lifted cross found its way into the box. And who was there to beat it? None other than Jadon Sancho, who rose highest to plant a powerful header into the back of the net. A classic Juventus finish. And just when Villa needed to take control of the game, away from home. 1-0 to the visitors. And the Villa faithful went wild. There, the match was a real battle. It was end-to-end stuff, full of drama and controversy. Both sides actually found the net again, but VAR played a huge role in keeping the scoreline at 1-0. Villa thought they might have doubled their lead at 1-0, only for the goal to be chalked off after a review. Then, in the second half, Fenerbahce fans erupted, thinking they had finally found their equalizer, but their celebrations were cut short. The referee was called over to the monitor. The goal was disallowed, leaving the whole side frustrated Villa breathing a huge sigh of relief. This victory is significant for so many reasons. Impressive unbeaten home record in the competition this season. These Giants have turned their stadium into a fortress. But Unai Emery spun around his game plan and executed it to perfection. They were disciplined in defense, clinical when their chance came, and managed the game brilliantly. Under immense pressure, it was a mature, professional, European performance that shows just how far this team has come. Looking at the history of these two clubs, it's clear that Aston Villa have had Fenerbahce's number. This result continues a perfect record for Villa and their European encounters against the Turkish side. That's now 3 meetings and 3 wins for Aston Villa. It's a remarkable statistic that highlights their dominance in this particular fixture. For Fenerbahce, it's a tough pill to swallow as they once again fall short against their English rivals. They'll have to regroup and focus on their domestic campaign, while Villa marches on in Europe, full of confidence. So, what does this mean for Aston Villa moving forward? Securing a spot in the last 16. This early is a massive boost. It allows them to potentially rotate their squad in the remaining group stage matches and keep key players fresh for the Premier League campaign. Unai Emery, a true master of European competitions, will be absolutely delighted with his team's performance. They faced a hostile environment, a tough opponent, and came away with a clean sheet and all 3 points. Jadon Sancho will rightly grab the headlines for his match-winning goal, but this was a true team effort from the goalkeeper to the forwards. What a result for the Villains. They continue their European adventure, and the dream is well and truly alive. Where do you think Villa can go in this competition? Can they go all the way? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It was an unforgettable night, and the journey is far from over. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more football content. Up, big, Biga. Welcome back, football fans, to another thrilling week of Premier League action. We've officially crossed the halfway point, and match day 20 is set to deliver some absolute blockbusters. The title race, the European spots, and the relegation battle are all heating up, and every single point is crucial from here on out. So, let's dive right into the fixtures and see what drama awaits us. Kicking things off, we have a fascinating clash as Chelsea host Fulham at Stamford Bridge. This West London derby is always feisty. Chelsea are desperate to find some consistency and climb the table, while Fulham, under Marco Silva, have proven they can upset anyone on their day. Will Pochettino's Blues get the job done at home, or can the Cottagers bring a surprise? It's a classic derby with everything to play for. Next up, a crucial game at the bottom of the as Burnley welcome Luton Town to Turf Moor. This is the definition of a relegation six. Both teams know that a victory here could be a massive step towards survival. Vincent Kompany's Burnley need to start turning their possession-based style into results, while Rob Edwards' Luton have shown incredible fight and spirit. Expect a tense, hard-fought battle where every tackle and every chance will matter immensely. This is pure Premier League drama. Saturday evening gives us a heavyweight contest at St. James Park as Newcastle United face the reigning champions, Manchester City. Newcastle have had a tough run with injuries, but their home form is still formidable with that incredible atmosphere. City, on the other hand, are hitting their stride with key players returning. Can Eddie Howe's Magpies derail the City machine, or will Pep Guardiola's side continue their relentless march? This one has coach written all over it. Moving on to Sunday, Everton take on Aston Villa at Goodison Park. Sean Dyche has transformed Everton into a resilient, hard-to-beat unit, and they'll be fired up in front of the home crowd. But they're up against Unai Emery's Aston Villa, who have been one of the standout teams of the season. Villa's high line and blistering counterattacks are a threat to any team. This promises to be a tactical battle between two very smart managers. And finally, the standout fixture of the weekend. A massive clash at Old Trafford as Manchester United go head-to-head with Tottenham Hotspur. Both clubs are in a transitional phase, but have huge ambitions. Everton Heads United are looking for a spark to ignite their season, while Ange Postecoglou's Spurs have captivated everyone with their attacking front foot football, with two managers committed to their philosophies. This could be an end-to-end thriller. It's a game that could have huge implications for the top four race. What a weekend of football we have in store. Every match has a story. Every point is vital. From titled contenders to battlers, the pressure is on. I want to know your prediction.
Agora,
Who do you think will come out on
eight
top in these massive games? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'll now be back to review all the action and see who the big winners and losers were. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you enjoyed this preview, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Enjoy the matches, and I'll see you on the other side. What a whirlwind match day 19 was in La Liga. Let's kick things off with a quick recap before diving into what's next. The action started with Rayo Vallecano and Getafe battling to a 1-1 draw. Then, Celta Vigo put on a show, thrashing Valencia 4-1. Osasuna and Athletic Club couldn't be separated, finishing 1. Villarreal took care of business with a 3-1 win over Elche. And in the Catalan derby. Barcelona secured a solid 2-0 victory against Espanyol. Sunday brought even more drama. Levante surprised everyone with a stunning 3-0 win away. And Real Madrid were absolutely dominant, losing to a 5-1 victory over Real Betis Alaves. And Real Oviedo shared the points in a 1-1 draw. Girona grabbed a crucial away win, beating Real Mallorca 2-1, and the day wrapped up with a tense 1-1 draw between Real Sociedad and Atletico Madrid. What a round! Now, let's look ahead because the excitement doesn't stop. Match day 20 is
Sasa
around the
alichapa
corner
kagini.
on Friday, January 9th.
Kwani chaji yako ndio maana mchaji
Real
kwa chaji la
Saturday the
kanisa.
10th is packed with
Bado
action.
ndio
Real Oviedo
Dongereni mat.
versus Real Betis. Villarreal versus Alaves. Girona versus Osasuna. And Valencia looking to bounce back against Elche. Sunday, January 11th, sees Rayo Vallecano take on Real Madrid, followed by Levante versus Espanyol. The match day concludes on Monday the 12th with a fascinating clash between Sevilla and
Yemuta
Celta
kibungo
Vigo.
gikolo kagolo Kristo kadi.
But wait, let's fast forward to match day 21. Friday, January 16th, kicks off with Espanyol against Saturday the 17th is a big one. Real Madrid faces Levante. Real Mallorca plays Athletic Club. Osasuna takes on Real and Real. Betis clashes. The action continues on Sunday the 18th. 4 more games. Getafe versus Valencia. A huge match between Atletico Madrid and Celta Vigo against Real Vallecano. And the match of the weekend, Real Sociedad hosting Barcelona. That's a potential title decider right there. The round finishes on Monday, January 19th, as Elche plays Sevilla. And just to get you even more hype, let's peek at match day 22. It starts on Friday, January 23rd, with Levante versus Saturday the 24th has Rayo Vallecano versus Osasuna. Valencia versus Sevilla versus Athletic Club. And a massive showdown between Villarreal and Real Madrid. Then, on Sunday the 25th, Atletico Madrid faces Real Mallorca. Barcelona takes on Real Oviedo. Real Sociedad plays Celta Vigo. And Alaves goes up against Real Betis. Finally, the match day concludes on Monday the 26th with Girona versus Who? So many incredible matches to look forward to in La Liga this January. The title race, the fight for European spots, and the battle to avoid relegation are all heating up. Which games are you most excited for? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks a bunch.
What a day. What a game. Ten Hag's error at Manchester United kicks off with a bang. A massive 4-2-0 win against Liverpool in this pre-season friendly in Bangkok. I mean, who saw that coming? It's only pre-season, I know.
When you
And a win like this against our biggest rivals, you just have to love it. Let's break it down. United looked sharp, energetic, and surprisingly organised right from the start. Jadon Sancho opened the scoring, pouncing on a mistake in the Liverpool defence. He looked confident, taking his chance really well. It's exactly the kind of start we wanted to see from him this season. Then, Fred, oh my word, that chip, a beautiful, audacious chip over Allison from the edge of the box. It was pure class. We've seen flashes of this from Fred before, but to pull it off so calmly was just brilliant. It really got the crowd going, and you could see the confidence flowing through the team. Just a few minutes later, Anthony Marshall made it 3. He capitalised on another defensive error, raced through on goal, and dinked it over the keeper. It's a massive goal for him. A lot of us thought his time at United might be over, but he's come back looking hungry and sharp. If Ten Hag can get Marshall back to his best, that's like a new signing for us. He looked really motivated out there. The second half saw a lot of changes from both sides, as you'd expect in pre-season. Liverpool brought on their big guns, Salah, Van Dijk, Nunes, and they definitely put us under more pressure. But our defence, even with the youngsters, held firm. Tom Heaton made a couple of great saves, and it was great to see some of the academy lads getting a boot. And then, to cap it all off, Facundo Pellistri gets on the score sheet. A brilliant counter-attack, slick passing between Ahmed and Eric Bailey of all people, who went on a marauding run forward. Bailey squares it to Pellistri, who coolly slots it home for 0. Unbelievable. It was a fantastic team goal and a great moment for the young Uruguayan. So, what can we take from this? Well, it's early days, it's pre-season. We shouldn't get too carried away. Liverpool fielded a much weaker side in the first half, and the result doesn't count for any points. But you can't deny the positives. The pressing looked more coordinated, the players looked fitter, and there was a real attacking intent. Ten Hag's philosophy seems to be rubbing off on them already. It's about building confidence and momentum, and this result does exactly that. For the first time in a long time, there's a real sense of optimism around the club. It's just one game, but it's a massive step in the right direction. It's exciting to think about what this team could do under the new manager. What did you guys think of the game? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Who was your man of the match? For me, it's a tough one, but I think Marshall just edges it. Great to see him back with a goal and a smile. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more United content. Catch you in the next one.
Breaking news from Old Trafford. Manchester United have sacked Ruben Amorim after just 14 months in charge. The final straw was Sunday's 1-1 draw against Leeds United, which leaves the club sitting 6th in the Premier League. Former midfielder and current under-18s coach Darren Fletcher will step in as interim manager, starting with the trip to Burnley this Wednesday. A permanent replacement isn't expected until the summer. So what went wrong? It seems a complete breakdown in relationships behind the scenes was the key factor. The club officially stated the decision was made reluctantly because it's the right time to make a change to salvage the season. But the writing was on the wall. After the Leeds game, Amorim himself hinted at the tension. He made a point of calling himself the manager, not the coach, a clear jab at the new structure brought in by Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS. He even said, it's going to be like this for 18 months or when the board decides to change. I'm not going to quit. Well, the board decided. Amorim's exit will be a costly one for United. He signed a contract until 2027 with no discounted exit clause, meaning the club will have to pay him out in full. This adds to the more than £50 million United have spent just on firing managers since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. A A big point of contention was Amorum's rigid preference for a 3-4-3 formation. Despite spending over £200 million on new signings like
Mwisho
Benjamin
mnene
Sesko,
racho.
Brian Mumo, and Matheus Cunha, there was frustration that he couldn't get the players he needed for
Sando
the season.
aweko wakopili.
Reports suggest that Director of Football
Yes.
Jason Wilcox had discussions with Amorim about his
Kama ni
tactical
information
choices.
ninaenda
What was
kwa
once a strong relationship clearly soured. Amorim felt his authority was being undermined, while the hierarchy, including Ratcliffe, saw it as necessary dialogue. This drama didn't just appear overnight. This whole situation raises serious questions about the INEOS project at Manchester United. Ratcliffe had previously said Amorim would get 3 years to prove himself. That was less than 3 months ago. They knew about his tactical philosophy when they hired him. In fact, concerns about his 3-4-3 system were raised before he was even appointed, with then sporting director Dan Ashworth suggesting other candidates. But they went with Amorim, and now just 14 months and £250 million in transfers later, they've pulled the plug. Ratcliffe had insisted that INEOS would decide the style of play, and the coach would have to adapt. They hired a coach with a very specific fixed system, backed him, and now have been forced to admit it was a mistake. Amorim stuck to his path, and it cost him his job. Now, almost 2 years into the INEOS era, the big question is, what path will Manchester United take next? It's another turbulent chapter for a club still searching for stability. What are your thoughts on this? Was sacking Amorim the right call? Who should be the next permanent manager at Old Trafford? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. And if you want to stay updated on all things football, make sure to subscribe.
What a game! What a result! Manchester City pulling off a massive 3-1 victory against Chelsea. An absolutely dominant performance. Now, has everyone done? We're going to break it all down. From the key moments and tactical masterstrokes to the standout players who really shone today. But before we dive in, I've noticed a lot of you enjoy these breakdowns, but forget to hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second, and it makes a huge difference for the channel. So go on, give it a click, and let's get into the action. The first half kicked off with an incredible intensity. City immediately set the tempo, pressing high and not giving Chelsea a moment's rest. On the ball, you could see the game plan from the get-go. Control the midfield, stretch their defense, and exploit their spaces. And it didn't take long for that to pay off. That opening goal was a thing of beauty. The build-up play was just exquisite. A series of quick, incisive passes that completely sliced through the Chelsea back. It was a classic City goal. A testament to their chemistry and understanding on the pitch. Chelsea looked a bit shell-shocked, struggling to find their rhythm and get their key playmakers involved. As the half wore on, City just grew stronger. The second goal was a result of pure persistence, winning the ball back in a dangerous area. And then the clinical finish. It just showed their hunger. Chelsea had a few moments, a couple of but City's defense was rock solid, closing down threats before they could even develop. Going into halftime 2-0 up, City were in complete control. And you had to wonder what Chelsea could possibly do to turn this around. The tactical battle was fascinating, with City's manager clearly getting his instructions spot on, neutralizing Chelsea's strengths while amplifying his own team's coming out for the second half. You expected a big reaction from Chelsea, and to their credit, they tried to force the issue. They made a few adjustments, trying to get more bodies forward and put City under pressure. For a while, it seemed like they might get back into it. They were holding more possession and creating a bit more in the final third. But City's resilience is something else. They absorbed the pressure, stayed organized, and always looked dangerous on the counter. That's the mark of a champion side. Ability to manage the game even when you're not dominated the ball. Then came the killer blow. The third goal for City really sealed the was too little, too late. The damage was already done. City saw the final minutes with professional ease, passing the ball around and running down the clock. So, a 3-1 win for Manchester City, and the deserved one at that. They were superior in every department. Tactically, technically, and in terms of sheer desire. Chelsea, it is a tough result to take and a trip back to the drawing board to figure out what went wrong. What did you all think of the game? Who was your man of the match? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. I read every single one. Thanks so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for more match analysis like this. See you in the next one.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're throwing it back to a truly classic Premier League encounter. The date is February 4th, 2007. The place is White Hart Lane, Tottenham Hotspur, managed by Martin Jol, are hosting Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United. This was a pivotal season for United, chasing their first league title in 4 years. And this match was a massive statement of intent. Let's set the scene. United were top of the table, but Chelsea, under assistant Jose Mourinho, were breathing down their necks. Every single point was crucial. Spurs, on the other hand, had a talented squad with players like Dimitar Berbatov, Robbie Keane and Aaron Lennon. They were always a tricky opponent, especially at home. United lined up with a formidable team. Van der Sar in goal, a backline of Neville, Ferdinand, Vidic and Evra. The midfield was pure class with Scholes, Carrick, Giggs and a young electrifying Cristiano Ronaldo. Up top, the deadly duo of Wayne Rooney and Henrik Larsson. The first half was a tense affair, a real chess match between two good sides. Spurs had their moments, and United were probing, looking for an opening. But right on the stroke of half-time, the breakthrough came. A corner was whipped in, and who else but Cristiano Ronaldo rose highest to power, a header past Paul Robinson. It was a classic Ronaldo goal, showcasing his incredible athleticism and timing. Going into the break, 1-0 up was a massive psychological boost for United. The second half started, and any hope Spurs had of a comeback was quickly extinguished. Just 2 minutes after the restart, Nemanja Vidic, the Serbian wall, made it 2-0. A free kick from the left was floated in, and Vidic, unmarked, planted a firm header into the back of the net. It was a simple goal, but it highlighted the defensive frailties that Spurs were struggling with and United's brilliance from set pieces. I see the confidence flowing through the red shirts. And then it became the Paul Scholes show. On 54 minutes, the Ginger Prince reminded everyone of his genius. Picking up the ball about 25 yards from goal, he took a touch and then unleashed an absolutely thunderous strike. The ball flew like a rocket, swerving past the despairing dive of Robinson and crashing into the net. It was a goal of pure, unadulterated quality, a Scholes special. It was the kind of goal that just leaves you speechless, a moment of individual brilliance that defined his career. With the game well and truly won, United weren't done. They were enjoying themselves now, passing the ball with a swagger. The fourth and final goal was the icing on the cake, a beautiful team move. A slick passing sequence found its way to the left wing. The ball was squared across the face of goal, and Ryan Giggs, the evergreen Welsh wizard, was there to calmly slot it home. It was a team goal that perfectly encapsulated the slick, attacking football. Ferguson's side was capable of producing 4-0, an emphatic victory away from home against a tough opponent. This wasn't just a win, it was a message to the rest of the league. Ronaldo, Vidic, Scholes, Giggs for different goal scorers, representing every facet of this incredible team. The individual superstar, the defensive rock, the midfield maestro, and the club legend. This result was a massive step towards United reclaiming the Premier League.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Get ready for a colossal Premier League showdown as Manchester United welcome Tottenham Hotspur to the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford. This is more than just a game. It's a battle with massive implications for the top four race, managerial reputations, and bragging rights. We're going to break down everything you need to know ahead of this epic clash. So, grab your kits, settle in, and let's get straight into it. Let's start with the home side, Manchester United. What a turnaround we've seen under Michael Kemp. The club seems to have found a new lease on life. They're sitting comfortably in the top four, and the confidence is visibly flowing back through the team. Their recent form has been impressive, stringing together some crucial wins that have solidified their position. It's not just about the results. It's the matter of the victories. There's a newfound resilience and tactical discipline that was perhaps missing earlier in the season. Garrick's impact cannot be overstated. He simplified the approach, focusing on defensive solidity and quick transitions, which seems to suit this squad perfectly. Players who were struggling for form are now looking like world beaters again. Look at the midfield pivot. They're controlling games, breaking up play, and initiating attacks with precision. The defense, which was a major concern, now looks far more organized and less prone to individual errors. Up front, the attack is clinking. We're seeing intelligent movement, clinical finishing, and a real sense of purpose. Key players are stepping up to the plate. The forwards are finding the back of the net with regularity, and the creative midfielders behind them are pulling the strings, carving out chances, seemingly at will. The atmosphere at Old Trafford has been electric, and the fans are fully behind this resurgence. The team is playing with a swagger that suggests they believe they can beat anyone on their day. And heading into this massive fixture, that self-belief could be their most potent weapon. Now, let's turn our attention to the visitors, Tottenham Hotspur. It's been a tale of two competitions for Spurs this season. In the Europa League, they've been absolutely flying, cruising through their group and looking like genuine contenders. However, their Premier League form has been a roller coaster of inconsistency. 1 week, they look capable of challenging the very best, and the next, they suffer a frustrating defeat that stalls their momentum. They find themselves lingering in mid-table, a position that simply doesn't reflect the talent within their squad. This inconsistency is the biggest puzzle for them to solve. The situation surrounding their manager, Thomas Frank, adds another layer of intrigue. He's a highly rated coach, known for his tactical innovation, but the pressure is mounting to translate their European success into domestic results. Questions are being asked about his team selections and his inability to find a consistent winning formula in the league. Is it the system? Is it the mentality? Whatever the reason, to find answers, and fast. Despite the team's struggles, their key players continue to show flashes of brilliance. Their star striker remains one of the most lethal finishers in world football, and on his day, it can single-handedly win a match. The wingers possess blistering pace and trickery, capable of tormenting any fullback in the league. In midfield, they have players with the vision and passing range to unlock even the most stubborn defenses. The talent is undeniable. The challenge for Tottenham is harnessing that individual brilliance into a cohesive and effective team performance, especially in a high-stakes away game like this one. When we look at the head-to-head record, it makes for fascinating reading and adds a psychological edge to this contest. Tottenham are currently on an incredible 8-match unbeaten streak against Manchester United in all competitions. That's a statistic that will be ringing in the ears of both sets of players. For Spurs, it's a source of immense confidence. They have the formula to get a result against this opponent. Whether at home or where, it proves they can nullify United's strengths and exploit their weaknesses. For Manchester United, this record is a demon they desperately need to exercise. It's a mental hurdle they have to overcome. Can they finally break the curse in front of their home fans? This unbeaten run for Spurs includes a mix of hard draws and memorable victories, which will give them a significant mental advantage walking out onto the Old Trafford pitch. They won't be intimidated by the venue or the occasion. This historical context turns a tactical battle into a psychological one, and it will be fascinating to see which side blinks first. So, how will this game play out tactically? Let's break down the potential strategies for Manchester United under Carrick. Expect them to continue with their disciplined 4-2-3-1 formation. The key will be controlling the midfield. Their two holding midfielders will be tasked with shielding the back four and, crucially, stopping the supply line to Tottenham's main striker. United will look to press high when the opportunity arises, but will likely remain compact, inviting Spurs on before hitting them with devastating speed on the cap. Look for the wingers to stay wide, stretching the Spurs defense and creating space for the number 10 and striker to operate in. The fullbacks will also have a key role, providing overlapping runs to create overloads out wide. For Tottenham, Thomas Frank might opt for a more cautious approach away from home. A 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2 formation could be on the cards, offering defensive stability while still posing a threat on the break. The wingbacks will be absolutely crucial in this system. They'll need to be energetic, tracking back to defend against United's wingers, while also providing the width in attack. The key on-field battle will undoubtedly be in the middle of the park. Can Tottenham's midfield duo disrupt United's rhythm and prevent them from dominating possession? Another huge battle will be between Tottenham's central striker and United's. If he can isolate them one-on-one, he could cause serious problems. Spurs will likely look to play direct passes into their front man, bypassing the midfield battle and turning the United defense around. It's a classic clash of styles. United's controlled possession versus Tottenham's explosive counter-attacking potential. As you'd expect for a game of this magnitude, the pundits are divided. Many are backing Manchester United, citing their incredible home form and the momentum they've built under Michael. They see a team reborn, full of confidence and playing with a clear identity. The Old Trafford factor is huge, and they believe the home crowd will roar their team to a crucial victory, finally ending that 8-game winless streak against Spurs. However, You can't write off Tottenham. Other experts are pointing to that incredible head-to-head record as a major psychological advantage. They argued that Spurs are United's sporting team and that Thomas Frank's side has the perfect style to frustrate and punish them. They predict a tight, cagey affair, with Spurs soaking up pressure and hitting United on the counter. The pre-match atmosphere is absolutely buzzing online. The fan bases are going back and forth. The tension is palpable. And everyone has a theory on how this massive game will unfold. It's exactly what the Premier League is all about. Drama, passion, and unpredictability. So there you have it. Our comprehensive preview of Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. This is a match that has it all. A top four battle. A tactical chess match between two intriguing managers and a significant psychological element with that head-to-head record. Will United's fantastic form continue? And will they finally break their duck against Spurs? Or will Tottenham's European confidence translate into a massive league result, proving they have the number of their old rivals? It's poised to be an absolute thriller at Old Trafford. Be sure to tune in for the match. You won't want to miss a second of the action. All the broadcast information will be on your screen now, so you can watch it in your region. What are your predictions for the game? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. Who do you think will be the match? Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our pre-match analysis and post-match reviews. We'll be back after the final whistle to break it all down. Until then, enjoy the game.
Title, which they did, finishing 6 points clear of Chelsea. For Spurs, it was a harsh lesson, but they would go on to have a decent season, finishing 5th. But this day belonged to Manchester United. It was a ruthless, clinical, and beautiful performance that fans from that era will never forget. What are your memories of this game? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more classic match throwbacks. See you in the next one.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. With the 2026 World Cup on the horizon, we're taking a deep dive into the incredible stadiums that will host the beautiful game. Today, we're jetting off to sunny Florida to explore the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. If you're excited about the World Cup, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell for all our latest updates. Hard Rock Stadium, which you might also know as the famous Dolphin Stadium, is officially on the roster for the 2026 World Cup, where it will be referred to as Miami Stadium. This marks a triumphant return of the World Cup to Florida, as the stadium was surprisingly overlooked for the 1994 tournament, with Orlando hosting Florida's games back then. This time around, Hard Rock Stadium is set to play a major role. It will host a total of 7 matches, including some real blockbusters. We'll see 4 group stage games, a round of 32 clash, a crucial and even the third place playoff on July 18th. This is one of 16 venues spread across the United States, Mexico, and Canada. And it's already got big game experience, having hosted 8 matches during the 2025 Club World Cup. Opened back in 1987, the stadium has an incredible history. It's been the stage for 6 Super Bowls, which tells you everything you need to know about its ability to handle massive events. Interestingly, while it's a giant in the world of sports, it's actually tied as the smallest of the U.S. stadiums for the 2026 World Cup, with a capacity of 65,000 seats. But don't let that fool you. Hard Rock Stadium is a true multi-purpose arena. It's, yes, the permanent home of the NFL's Miami Dolphins and the Miami Hurricanes college football team. It has hosted the NCAA Orange Bowl since 1996. And for 18 years, it was even home to the Florida Marlins baseball team. Beyond that, it's seen boxing matches and has been the venue for the Miami Open tennis tournament since 2019. When it comes to soccer, the stadium is no stranger to the sport. It's hosted numerous international friendlies since 1994, and Miami was a host city for the 2024 Copa America. So, the pitch and the fans are more than ready for the world's biggest tournament. Location-wise, the stadium is situated in Miami Gardens, north of Miami and south of Fort Lauderdale. It's the southernmost of all the U.S. venues, just 10 miles from the Atlantic Ocean, closer to the Bahamas than to any other World Cup city. For fans driving in, there's parking for nearly 27,000 cars. But you can also use the Pride Line intercity rail service, which connects from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, and Tampa Bay to the nearby Aventura station. Now, let's talk about the games. The schedule is packed with excitement. On June 15th, Saudi Arabia will face Uruguay in a Group H match. Then, on June 21st, Uruguay is back in action against Cape Verde on June 24th. We've got a massive game. Scotland takes on the legendary Brazil in Group C. And on June 27th, Colombia will battle it out with Portugal in Group K. As we move into the knockout stages, the intensity ramps up. On July 13, the stadium will host a round of 32 match. Then, on July 11th, a massive quarterfinal will take place, finally. On July 18th, the day before the grand final, the third place playoff will be decided right here in Miami. It's going to be a month of incredible football action. So there you have Ida, complete guide to Hard Rock Stadium, a key player in the 2026 World Cup. From its rich history to the thrilling it will host, Miami is set to be an unforgettable destination for fans from around the globe. What match are you most excited to see here? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more World Cup content. See you in the next one.
Looks like you could do some good. What a start to the Premier League season. A scoreline none of us saw coming.
Rashford
Manchester
umefika Man
United
Utd.
4, Chelsea 0. I mean, wow, just
Da.
wow. Let's break down this absolute demolition at Old Trafford. From the first
So
whistle,
punda
you could sense
punda
the
machot
energy.
ipitiloso na nini mar
United with their new
oloso
signings,
na thumbnail toke to
hungry.
pich Rashford kod ng'ane
Chelsea,
ni
under
Hurricane.
new boss Frank
Bullshit.
Lampard, actually started
We are
to
will Nipod
brighten.
even up to
They
2023.
hit the post twice in the first half. Tammy Abraham with a thunderous strike and Emerson Palmieri You could feel the what-if moments building up for the Blues. But football is a cruel game, and if you don't take your chances, you get punished. And punished they were. The turning point came when Kurt Zouma, looking shaky all game, brought down Marcus Rashford in the box. A clear penalty. Rashford stepped up, cool as you like, and slotted it home 1-0 to United, and the crowd went wild. That goal completely changed the dynamic of the game. Going into half-time at 1-0, you felt Chelsea were still in it. Lampard probably told them to keep pressing, keep creating chances, and for the first 15 minutes of the second half, they did. But United's defence, marshalled by the new boy Harry Maguire, who looked like an absolute colossus, by the way, stood firm. He was winning every header, making every tackle. What a debut for the world's most expensive defender. He was my man of the match, no question. Then the floodgates opened. The second goal was a classic counter-attack. A beautiful pass from Andreas Pereira found Anthony Martial, who bundled it in from close range. Just 2 minutes later, it was 3-0. Paul Pogba, who had been relatively quiet, produced a moment of absolute magic. A stunning, lofted through ball that split Chelsea defence wide open, and who was there to run onto it? Marcus Rashford again. He took one touch and fired it past Kepa. A brilliant finish to cap off a brilliant move. At this point, Old Trafford was bouncing. You really have to feel for Frank Lampard, his first Premier League game in charge of his beloved club, and it ends like this. His team selection was bold, starting with the youngsters Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham, and they showed glimpses of promise. They really did. But defensively, they were all over the place. David Luiz's departure to Arsenal was clearly felt. Zouma and Christensen just couldn't handle the pace and power of United's attack. Then, to rub salt in the wounds, another new signing gets on the score sheet. On his debut, comes off the bench, and with a little bit of luck from a deflection, his shot finds the back of the net. 4-0, you could see the sheer joy on his face. It was a dream debut for him, and a nightmare for Chelsea. So, what does this result mean for both teams? For Manchester United, it's the perfect start. The new signings look great, the confidence is high, and Ole Gunnar's counter-attacking philosophy worked to perfection. It's a huge statement of intent. For Chelsea, it's back to the drawing board. They're under a transfer ban, so they can't buy their way out of this. Lampard has to work with the players he's got. There were positive signs in their attacking play, but they absolutely must sort out their defence if they want to compete for the top four. It's a brutal lesson for a young manager, but if anyone has the character to bounce back, it's Frank Lampard. An unbelievable game to kick off the season. What were your takeaways from the match? Was Maguire the man of the match for you? Can Chelsea bounce back? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Premier League analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Can you believe it? The final whistle has blown at Old Trafford, and the scoreline is something out of a dream or a nightmare, depending on which side of Manchester you're on. Manchester United 5, Manchester City 0. Let that sink in. This isn't a typo, this isn't a friendly match from a bygone era. This happened today in the Premier League in one of the most anticipated Manchester derbies in recent memory. The Theatre of Dreams has just witnessed an absolute masterclass, a demolition job that will be talked about for decades. From the very first minute, you could feel something special was in the air. United came out with an intensity we haven't seen all season. They were first to every ball, their passes were crisp, and their movement off the ball was simply electric. The opening goal came just inside the 10-minute mark. A lightning-fast counter-attack, a beautiful through ball, and a clinical finish that sent the Stretford end into pure delirium. You could see the confidence surge through the red shirts. It was a statement of intent, and City looked completely shell-shocked. They just didn't have an answer. Before City could even regroup, it was 2-0, a brilliantly worked set-piece routine, something straight off the training ground, left City's defence looking like statues. The header was powerful, precise and unstoppable. At this point, the noise inside Old Trafford was deafening. Every tackle, every pass, every single touch was being cheered like a goal. The players were feeding off the energy of the crowd, and the crowd was feeding off the incredible performance on the pitch. It was a perfect symbiosis of passion and execution. The first half ended 2-0, but honestly, it could have been more. Now, we all expected a response from City in the second half. They're a champion side, full of world-class talent. We thought they'd come out fighting, looking to salvage some pride. But United had other ideas. They didn't just sit back and defend their lead. They went for the jugular. The third goal was a moment of individual brilliance, a solo run that started from the halfway line, weaving past 3 defenders before slotting the ball into the bottom corner. It was audacious, it was breathtaking, and it effectively ended the contest. But United weren't done. Oh no, not by a long shot. The fourth goal came from another rapid break, a testament to their incredible fitness and desire. The passing was one touch, a symphony of movement that carved open the City backline once again. By this point, the City fans who had made the short trip were streaming for the exits. You can't blame them. It was a painful, humiliating spectacle for them, but for the United, it was pure, unadulterated joy. Every pass was met with an ole, and the atmosphere was a carnival. The cherry on top, the fifth and final goal, came in the dying minutes. It was a long-range screamer that nearly ripped the net off. An exclamation point on an unforgettable performance. To score 5 goals is impressive. To do it against your biggest rivals, against a team of City's quality, without conceding a single goal, is legendary. This wasn't just a win, it was a declaration. It was a performance that reminded everyone just what Manchester United is capable of. Looking back, where did it all go so right for United and so wrong for City? For United, the tactics were spot on. They pressed high, they were compact in defence, and they exploited the space behind City's backline with devastating speed. Every player understood their role and executed it to perfection. For City, it was a day to forget. They looked lethargic, their passing was sloppy, and they were defensively all at sea. Their key players were anonymous, completely marked out of the game. This result sends shockwaves through the Premier League. It throws the title race wide open and gives United an incredible boost of confidence. But more than the 3 points, this is about bragging rights. This is about the pride of a city. Tonight, Manchester is unequivocally, emphatically, and gloriously red. What a game, what a performance, what a day for Manchester United. Thanks for watching, everyone. What did you think of this incredible match? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more football content. We'll see you in the next one. What a game at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest almost snatched a crucial point against Manchester City, but it all ended in heartbreak and a storm of controversy. Manager Sean Dyche was absolutely fuming after the 2-1 defeat, and honestly, you can see why. He called it such an easy game to REF and was left stunned by some bizarre decisions from the officials and VAR. So, let's break it down. Did Forest get robbed? The biggest talking point is Ryan Cherky's 83rd minute winner. An absolute rocket from the edge of the box. But wait, rewind the tape. In the build-up, Morgan Gibbs-White goes down. Forest players immediately surrounded the referee, claiming Gibbs-White was pushed over by City's Nico O'Reilly, preventing him from blocking the shot. Dyche was livid. He said Gibbs-White clearly gets pushed to the floor and the ball goes right through the space where he would have been. In his mind, it's a foul, whichever way you look at it. VAR took a look, as they do, but stuck with the on-field decision. Goal stands. Dyche just couldn't believe it. He's a fan of VAR, but said, I can't work out how you can't get that right. He used the analogy of a keeper being pushed over away from the ball. That would be a foul, so why not this? It's a double whammy. Conceding a goal from a moment you feel